Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob, and welcome to Rob's Cafe. It's been a while. Since we've done one of these. Basically, it's just a stream dedicated to discussing, the channel, kind of like a one-on-one Q&A. Usually discussing crowdfunding projects, board game industry news, that kind of stuff. Today, we're just focused on one thing: Tainted Grail, Kings of Ruin on Gamefound, the crowdfunding platform. By Awaken Realms. Yeah, I was just going to leave this one alone. Originally, I saw they were doing another standalone and upgrading the rules of the base game. And then I looked into what they changed. We'll discuss some of that. I couldn't find the list I originally saw. Hopefully we find some of that on the Gamefound page. I haven't really looked through the Gamefound page, so we'll kind of do that now live. I did poll my members and our producers, the people who support the channel, with their donations, and I wanted to see if they were interested in us spending the hours and hours and hours it takes to learn a game like this, paint a game like this, play a game like this, all on stream or video, as we've done in the past. If you want to see our Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon playthrough, I have linked it down in the video description if you want to see us play it. I think we played like half of it live, and then the other half we just did on our own time, kind of like recorded it, and then just edited them and posted them. So you can watch that if you're interested in seeing us play the 1.0 version of Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. It's, again, linked down below in the video description. Hello, everybody joining live. Hello, if you're joining live. Yeah. What I was getting to, was the reason I'm doing this stream is because I polled my members. I polled the people who support the channel. I was curious. Do you want me to spend time on that? And yeah, let's we can take a look at that right now, actually. So we can blame them. We can blame them for this. You put your money where your mouth is, and you can influence what I'm doing here. So let's see if I can find such thing. Just noticed something. One sec. Why is it doing this? Let's try this. Close. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. Mic looks like it's being weird, but can you guys hear me okay, right? Am I coming out like one speaker or anything stupid? So it looks like it's in mono or something weird, but anyways, I'll worry about that later. If you guys can hear me okay, it's all good. This stream's not that big a deal. It's not like a playthrough, This is just me, blah, blah, blah. Let's read some stuff. So, yeah, let's see. All right, listen. Please don't reward me for doing these kind of streams. Jim, thank you for pledging. Thank you for pledging the channel. Thank you for supporting us here again. Jim, I appreciate it. You're crazy. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the support. The problem is I don't have my headphones in, so I'm not hearing the notifications. And on the screen, they're not refreshing. That's great. Hopefully I don't miss any. I'm so sorry if I miss any alerts or anything. But yeah, let's talk about the members and what you guys voted. There was over 120-ish members, I think, total that voted on the polls. Something like that. And let's see if I can get it up on the screen here. Ooh, there we go. Boom. Right there. Okay. There's the numbers currently. So 84% of our YouTube members said, yes, we'd be interested in watching you play it. And then our patrons, voted 88% yes. So thank you guys for voting. But yeah, I'll be honest. If you guys said no, or it was even close, I probably would pass and not regret it. But yeah, we'll go over the crowdfunding campaign and see what's different. So most likely I'm going to back it at the lowest pledge, get like the base of the base, none of that stuff, no extra stuff. But I want to look and see what the changes are. We'll discuss it. We'll go over it. I want to see what they're offering in the crowdfunding. I don't know much about it. I just found, when I first heard it was announced, I found like somebody made like a little point form note of what they updated. I found that what they updated in regular Tainted Grail to 2.0. And then I saw there was like a list somebody had of what actually is different in Kings of Ruin. I couldn't find that today before the stream. I am like Googling, looking on Reddit and stuff. I don't know where that disappeared. It's probably in a comment somewhere. I don't know. Maybe someone sent it to me. I could not find it. So hopefully it's super clear on the Gamefound page exactly what you're backing besides just what's included in the box with paper and plastic. like most crowdfunding campaigns seem to focus on. But some of you guys might know in the chat. Some of you guys might already back this, gone all in. You know what the differences are. You wouldn't just blindly back it all in because it's Awakened Realms and has Tainted Grail on the box, right? You guys obviously know what's changed, and you're really interested in that. But yeah, I'm hoping there's some good improvements. I definitely want to try it. I just didn't know backing it and spending all that time on it was worth it since we already played Tainted Grail before. So like we could just focus on different games, try some different stuff, Janet's saying, I didn't back the first Kickstarter. Don't plan on backing this one. I'll just enjoy the game through watching Rob and Mel. Well, hopefully we enjoy it also while you're watching us play it. Just kidding. All right, so that's the plan. That's the plan. So we're just going to go over the Gamefound page, do one of those, that super amazing content of scrolling up and down on a crowdfunding page and giving our 2 cents, which I don't know why people watch that stuff, but they do. But yeah. So here we go. Here we go. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts too. We'll discuss. This is definitely a two-way street. This is live. We're discussing this. I want to hear the hot takes. I want to hear the hot takes. We are streaming tonight, 6:30 Eastern, continuing our Jurassic World stream through that legacy game. Spoiler alert, of course. If you're interested in following along with that, I'll be streaming that at 6:30. So I can't stream this forever. We're just focused on one game. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I still have to set up that other stream. I also got to read the rules for a game we're playing this weekend, Familiar Tales. I would like to start reading it now instead of last minute. I already punched everything out for that game, have that already, but I still have to do some work to get those streams set up. But we'll be playing Familiar Tales all weekend, long weekend here in Canada. And then next week, Friday, I'm continuing Hoplomachus. We're jamming through some super quick short streams, just rushing through that one. And if you want to see me blindly rush through that with a little thought and a little discussion as short as possible, check the playlist section. I'll be back on Friday playing Act 3 of that, and hopefully we survive and make it to Act 4 of the epic campaign. But yeah. I'm just scratching the surface of Hoplomachus. Like, it's nothing more than that. I'm barely doing anything with that game. No, I'm having a great time with it. Loving every minute. Look, I was dreaming about it last night. I think I played too much of it in one day, that it was creeping into my dreams or nightmares, I guess, because it wasn't exactly the most pleasant. But yeah, it was there. It was there somehow. I don't know why. It's weird. But I am looking forward to playing it tomorrow. Hopefully, a little more caffeine to get me started faster. And then Wednesday, hopefully we're playing Act 4 next week. So subscribe if you're interested in any of that stuff. You want to find your way back to the channel, all that kind of thing. If you want to see Tainted Grail, Kings of Rune played in the future, sometime in like probably 2 years from now, just set a reminder, come back to the channel, and then subscribe and all that stuff if you're only interested in this game. But like I said, if you want to watch us play Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon just for fun, we did play that when it came out, or a little bit early, actually. We started that one. But yeah, we played through it, the whole thing, recorded it, streamed it, whatever. It's all recorded. All our stumbles, again, we were playing through it before like a lot of people were, and we were kind of like stumbling and stuff. We got stuck a couple times. We had to reach out to the developers. We found bugs. They had to fix things, add entries to the FAQ because where we got stuck and things. Other than that, it was pretty fun. It was a cool experience. But yeah. Never played the expansions, just so you guys know. Never played the expansions. Tolbold says, Rob, you made me buy Hoplomachus. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry, I apologize to your back for having, and your legs. If you're bending the knees, okay? If you're picking that thing up, putting it on the table, okay? I'm sorry if you have to spend extra money on a chiropractor or anything like that, physiotherapy after you hurt yourself picking that thing up. I'm sorry. Adam says, yeah, I think you could slow down and try to enjoy Hoplomachus. I know. I need to take it more serious and really think each turn through, and each upgrade, each decision. Like, I just need to, I definitely have to slow that down. Kazumi says, is there enough time to start watching now to catch up for Hoplomachus from the beginning? It depends if you need to sleep or not. It's only like 17 hours of content so far, not including unboxing and whatever else I did with that. The demo at Gen Con, I guess, is the only other videos on the channel for that game. Jim says, looking forward to seeing stuff, Familiar Tales is my family loves Stuffed Fables. Never played Stuffed Fables. The only game that I played that was similar, we played Aftermath. Played through that whole thing on the channel. Full campaign, full stream, everything. It was fun. It was really cool. I like the theme of little animals in like a post-apocalyptic world. It was fun. You know, stealing little, items from humans and turning them into weapons and vehicles and things. I thought it was fun. Building a little fort. It was cool. Stupid sewer rats. Christopher Loves Met says, I'm looking forward to this one since it fixes all the issues I had with the old game. Boss fights, getting lost, spending too much energy to explore, and menhirs. I hated them, he says. Okay. Jim says, I hated the menhirs. And I don't know how to say that exactly. Menhirs. The big giant minis. The cool looking minis you see on the box there on the right. So cool. Coolest looking minis I was in that game. There's some really cool ones. And I liked how there wasn't a ton if you didn't buy the monster box. I like that a lot. Like how it was like just a few, but really quality ones. All right. So Tainted Grail, the first one. If you've never seen it, here it is on the BoardGameGeeks.com. I'm gonna make it bigger for you guys. It's reached the top 100. It's 86 overall. Number 21 thematic, has an 8.2 rating. Again, I take these numbers with a grain of salt because it doesn't take many people to shift them. But that's pretty good. The top 100 board games out of like whatever. I don't know what the current number is that are ranked in here, but it's like, probably coming on, 90-something thousand or 100,000 or something. That's a lot, right? It's probably less than that, but I don't know. Anyways, there's a lot. So to be in the top 100 is a pretty big deal currently. So people love this game. I really like the game. When I was having fun playing it, again, that was years ago, and in 2019, I guess, pre-COVID, when the world was different, before the apocalypse, it was fun. I had fun playing through it. It was cool. The combat stuff was interesting, but I'll admit, the story stuff I love so much that the combat and the diplomacy checks are those little basically the the Lego game of cards in a row that eventually like fall off the table because it goes too far when you're playing a 2-player game. Even I can only imagine 3 and 4 player how ridiculous that is. They just took so long, and we took so long like getting analysis paralysis in them trying to solve those puzzles. They were fun the first few times. I remember, again, at the time, I may have had more fun. But looking back, playing many other games, many other combat systems, puzzle solving, campaigns, adventure games, more complex games, lighter games, all this stuff. The gaming me, my memories, again, the human brain and memories is a fragile, not accurate thing. I just remember those combats. Mel loved them. Mel loved the puzzles. She loved getting into that stuff. I thought it was okay. I like the upgrading the cards and building up my character. I love doing that stuff. I love evolving through a campaign. That's what drives me. The story in the game was super cool. I was annoyed by a couple things. The giant book. I don't think there was an app at the time. I don't know if there is an app now. I can't remember. I think someone told me there's an app for this game where you could go along the story. So you have to hold the giant, phone book and fumble around with it while you're playing, which is pretty huge. And flipping back and forth. And the combat. Sometimes I just wanted to keep adventuring and doing the story, that when it stopped for another combat after those stupid monsters just kept like accidentally bumping into you or whatever, and it just felt grindy. As you guys said, that's the perfect word for it, grindy. I was like, oh man, it's like those wandering around in the old like Super Nintendo NES games that had random encounters in like the Final Fantasies and stuff. You're just wandering around the map looking for some cool cave, finding some place, and all of a sudden, boom, you're warped into an enemy fight. Okay, that's cool. That was fun. All right, I got to fight. Yeah, with my new weapons. Cool. All right, you walk for 30 seconds, not even 10 seconds. Boom, you're in another battle. Oh, same enemies. Okay, let me click the exact same buttons to do the exact same thing. All right, walk again. Okay, and I'm back in the fight. All right, over and over again. It's like, okay, the balance of fighting and grinding versus actually exploring and discovering interesting things is just like roadblocks, stepped all over. The flow of it's just destroyed. And that, to me personally, was something that eventually by the end of it, when it was like, oh, combat time again. Here we go. Hopefully we'll get to play the story again in the next hour. And that's all I remember. I remember the story was awesome. I thought it was cool. The choices, remembering choices, was just like a video game. It's good times. Very dark, very cool. I loved upgrading characters, the dual layer cardboards, the stats, the choosing cards to slide in the side, get better abilities. That's all I remember. But again, I haven't looked at the game in like 3 years, so I don't remember much more. But we played through it all. I had fun. By the end, it was a great game. Like, I really liked it. But yeah, supposedly there was more issues with it that people complained about. So they're doing a 2.0 version here. So that's part of this. I'm not here to talk about me wanting to play this game, the first game again with some fixes. But if you're curious, because I know people will ask, let's get it out of the way. I think it's here. I found somebody, was it here? There was somebody I saw. I thought I had it open. Nope. I thought there was a list. Somebody had a list. Man, where did I? Oh, was it here? Oh, right here. Sorry. Wrong tab. I don't know what I'm looking at. So right here, so somebody posted, Elazar on Reddit 15 hours ago here. It says, just so you know, the new campaign has Fall of Avalon 2.0 adjustments, $20 upgrade pack. I'm not interested in this at all. I've already played through it. Don't care. I'm treating it just like a legacy game. One and done. Gone. I just don't have the time for it. But I can see how some people maybe played like a little bit of it with a group maybe or by yourself. And just were like, yeah, I'm not going to play it anymore. You get like halfway in. Maybe a few scenarios in. Or a few sessions, I should say. There's a 2.0 version that you can get to update it. I don't know if this 2.0 pack's going to be available in a few months, a few years. Kind of makes it less relevant and even more pointless. I don't know how this isn't done already and available to like order off a website, but it's part of this. So you can inflate the numbers of Kings of Ruin and make it look hotter by basically buying the first edition stuff, which we see this happen all the time on crowdfunding campaigns that have, you know, a new game or a new expansion that nobody really cares about that much. But because nobody can find the previous stuff because it's like direct order only or only on Kickstarter, there's this, you know, there's your chance to get it. FOMO, get it now, get it now. So I bet a lot of the money in this campaign is literally from people who are like, I haven't been able to find Fall of Avalon. It's never in stock in stores. Or they're like, haven't had a chance to find it. And now they're hearing it's improved. And now it's a chance to get it. So you might want to get in on this just to get Fall of Avalon. It's, you know, a highly regarded game, but they're supposedly fixing some things that may have turned you off. Here's some of them. Supposedly, this is secondhand information, but I hope it's accurate. Based on the 3 years of plays and discussion, the Tainted Grail 2.0 brings many small but impactful changes to the game compared to the classic Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. The updated reprint offers easier entry into the game, additional hints, tweaks to the first hours of the campaign. Interesting. And better difficulty selection to help you adjust the harsh reality of Avalon. Yeah, that was another thing. A lot of people bought this. I don't know, just assuming it was like a fun adventure game, but it actually was a survival game. Like a dark, grimy survival game, okay? Gripping to stay alive. Like the game doesn't hand you anything. It's very punishing. You know, it's dark, grim, and difficult. And that surprised a lot of people. That's what happens when you just buy a game blindly based on some prototypes or an idea on Kickstarter, right? Or Gamefound or whatever. So some people were surprised and didn't like the game. And yeah, I thought it was interesting. Easier entry to the game, additional hints. Did I read this? No, what am I reading? Additional tweaks to the first hours. What am I reading? Less grind, more story, sorry. A new fast travel mechanism, an additional Menhir related secret card, and minor changes to the rules mean fewer hours spent gathering resources and more time spent experiencing the narrative. Improved rulebook. Small changes in the rulebook clarify frequently asked questions and introduced minor rules tweaks, negating the need to use the official FAQ. Okay. Rebalances and fixes. Dozens of rebalanced and reworded cards and many fixes throughout the exploration journal make for a smoother experience. Wasn't Etherfields after Tainted Grail, Yogi? Or was that a campaign before that? I thought it was after. Yeah, I know this War of Mine is a game that they crowdfunded, not a game they designed, I don't think, right? Wasn't that designed by somebody else or like published by a different group, like Rebel or something? And they just handled the crowdfunding for it? I could be wrong. But yeah. I just don't know. Maybe they weren't clear about the survival aspect and the difficulty and stuff originally, but it supposedly pissed a bunch of people off. So, like, obviously they weren't clear about it. Probably because the people, their finger got tired and cramped by the time they wanted to scroll past all the pictures of miniatures and the counts of cards and paper and plastic that's in the box before they could actually get to the description of the game. That tends to be a thing. So maybe a lot of those people, their mouse broke by that point because it was too much scrolling. That could be a thing. So they just didn't know. But they still click the back button, which is funny. They're just like, oh, I can't read anymore. Back. Or maybe they found it at retail. I don't know. Christopher says the narration app is so slow we didn't use it after the first few minutes. If you're playing solo, great, but in groups, not in groups of players. Okay, good to know. Bryce says, yeah, I'm conflicted. I'm waiting for the fix kit to keep playing the first version. I know the next one will be better. And to the video, some videos very positive. They sent out like prototypes, probably, right? People are making videos just based on prototypes. Sure. Was there a negative video of the first Tainted Grail, though? Was there anyone that played a prototype of the first Tainted Grail that made a not positive video? So saying that there's a positive video of a prototype of a Kickstarter game, that's like 100% of prototype videos of previews of Kickstarter games. I don't know, Bryce. That's not a selling feature. I'm sorry. I would never back a game just based on someone have positive preview of a prototype they were sent. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, I use the prototype preview videos. What there should be for is just to show you the game. No one should have ever been making comments on this is better or anything like that. Because it's just a prototype. It's not what you're getting in the end, right? Unless it's close to being finished. But yeah. Yeah. Just presenting information, though. If you saw information in a video and you're like, okay, I see how rounds work, how they change the game. Okay, that's great. But it needs to be your positive opinion, not someone else's, right? Because they're just doing an opinion based on some duct tape bubblegum prototype. It's I'm sure that's what it is. I've played Awaken Realms prototypes. But anyways, yeah. All right. New fast travel mechanism, an additional. I read that already. I read all this stuff. Okay, that's stuff. I don't care about that stuff. I care about this game. I don't plan on playing this again, but we're gonna talk about this one. So let's go through it. Oh, wait a second. Why am I even doing this video? They reached their funded goal in 2 minutes and 57 seconds, guys. Wow. They only needed $50,000 to make the game? Oh, that must be accurate. And they're 5,403% funded? Wow. If that's the case, I just have to back it all in. Hold on, guys. Let me contact my bank. I need to get out a loan. It's so stupid they still do this stuff. So stupid. Board game crowdfunding is kind of a joke. A big joke to me. It's embarrassing. Really embarrassing. It's like this. Again, I've ranted about this before, but this just says you're stupid. We're using fake marketing tactics. Even though it's a well-known thing among the industry, we just assume you idiots are just going to... There's going to be some people that back it just based on this information that's not accurate. How many miniature-filled board games we see that say they need 20,000, 50,000, 100,000? They earn 200,000 and they cancel, saying it's not enough money. They needed $1 million. Yeah, such a joke. Such an embarrassing joke. I don't know. Anyways, I feel dumb supporting something like that. But anyways, that's just my thoughts. You might not feel the same way. I'm just kind of sick of it at this point. But you know, I've been backing games since like 2012, so it's like 10 years of this. It's like, all right, I'm done with it, guys. I'm done with it. Um, but yeah. I don't know what Kingdom Come Deliverance is, but Brian says just ask them about fake goals and how that works out. Or Euthia, or oh, there's a couple others. There's been a few. There's been a few smaller ones too that just nobody talks about, nobody backs them, and then I just see them posted in like on Reddit about like, oh, this company just went bankrupt even though they funded. It's like what? And right away I'm like, I know what it is. I know what it is now. It's the same stupid song and dance. It's like they're not being honest with their consumers, which then implies you're being dishonest, or you're thinking your consumers are stupid, that you're going to use fake marketing tactics to manipulate them, and it's just like, I don't know. That's not cool. That's not cool. I thought board gamers would play games like Tainted Grail are usually pretty educated, usually pretty smart people. Um, so yeah, it's like they're, I don't know. I don't know. I think they're marketing the same people that like, you know, the beer companies and the pop, you know, the soda companies, like just show your can in a commercial having fun, and people assume they'll have fun based on having the product, and they just assume you're kind of stupid. I don't know. That's a discussion for a whole other day, but it just rubs me the wrong way when I see this crap. Anyways, supposedly $2.7 million US, and 14,000 and a half backers. 11 days left. They got daily unlocks. Okay, I don't care about any of that stuff. I just want the base box. But let's see. I want to see the differences from their mouth. Let's see. Tainted Grail Kings of Ruin is a new standalone game built upon 3.5 years of experience we gained in developing Tainted Grail adventures. As always, it'll take you neck deep into an amazing story designed and written by this guy's name I see on stuff, and it's awesome. Oh, yes. Awaken Realms did send us ISS Vanguard. It is still in the box. I opened it to see how many minis I have to prime, and Mel, they're in the queue to be primed and painted by Mel. And then we'll play it on the channel and feature it. So they did send us that. But again, all honesty here, we'll play it. We'll check it out. They sent us just, I think it's just like the retail or the base pledge. It's just like one box. Thank you. I appreciate they didn't send any extra boxes of stuff that we don't need. I appreciate that. So, yeah, we'll look forward to that. Which if it's the same writing and stuff as the same guy or person, that's awesome. That's good. That's good. While offering the most polished gameplay so far in the Tainted Grail saga. I like the sounds of that. And at the time I played Tainted Grail, I didn't know there was like unpolished stuff other than the rulebook goof ups, the kind of unexplained things that happen in the game and you can't find rules explaining them, so things don't make sense because they missed paragraphs or forgot to put sentences in and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe there was a little not polish in some of the like the material, but like I don't know, the game worked, made sense. I don't know. I don't remember being that bad. I've played way worse. But that's cool. They need to fix it. I remember the designers when we were complaining. I was complaining to them about getting stuck and being super frustrated. I'm like in the middle of playing. We scheduled day to play the game, and then I get stuck and it just doesn't make sense and we can't get any further. And then I'd spend tons of work going back through how I got there, trying to figure out like, did I do something wrong? And then I send it to the developers. They take a day, they look into it, they come back to me and say, yeah, sorry, whoops. Our playtesters didn't really make the decisions you did, so we never thought to double check those areas. That's literally what they said. That was kind of embarrassing. That kind of raged me out. I talked about it on stream before. But they said they're going to add things to the FAQ. They were to fix it. And in the second wave of shipping, they were going to fix it all in the books and make it all better for everybody. They obviously didn't do that completely because now we're here with a 2.0 Fall of Avalon. So I just remember that. That was an interesting little thing. Yogi says, yeah, and the app for ISS is multiple voice actors, probably talking about something. I need to drink some coffee. I'm in the cafe. I got to drink more coffee. I'm behind today. Hey, Matthew. How's it going? Welcome to the cafe. I'll wait for you if you want to go grab your order and then come sit down. Yeah, I'll be waiting for you. Just want to go grab a scone or something, a scone behind me here. And then just place your order and yeah, come sit down. We'll discuss. All right. What was I doing? Yes, we're going over this. All right, let's see. Language editions, great. Don't care. We continued producing, shipping, and delivering games during one of the biggest logistic crises in 2020 and 2022 without any extra cost for consumers. Okay. Cool. Cool. Why back now? Be a part of the journey. During and after the campaign, you'll have a direct impact on the game and see the whole process from the inside. Get more of a great price. The campaign price is up to 50% lower than the MSRP of a core box and stretch goals in retail. So stretch goals will be at retail. Well, I don't know. Anyone who buys board games kind of knows it's. Hopefully that's right, but we know it's not usually. Get in first and play faster. Gamefound backers will receive the game before it hits retail. Experience Kings of Ruin quicker than others. How much quicker, though? Sometimes it's a day. Sometimes it's a week. Sometimes they tell you that and you get it later. Because they can't guarantee in every region that works out. But yeah, anyways, if you're a fan of the original one, then this one is a no-brainer, says Board Game Nexus. Again, I don't know who this is, but how can you tell someone this is a no-brainer to get if you like the first one? Because the game's not finished, right? It's just a prototype. This is what bugs me. I don't know. So basically, we're saying it's more of the same is what's happening, right? More of the same, based on a prototype compared to a full game. Click to see more on sections that interest you to discover everything this campaign has to offer. First time on Gamefound. Click here. I don't care. Kings of Ruin. Learn about the newest adventure. Okay, yep. Click here. What am I learning here? I'm learning how much junk comes in a pledge? What did this do? This is what it sent me to? Is what to add to my pledge? There's something wrong here. Okay, maybe it's because I'm zoomed in or something. This happened before in Gamefound, where links just go to useless crap. Let's see. Let's go back to the Scroll Fest. Right here I was, right? Kings of Ruin, learn about the newest adventure. Click here. Oh, look. Okay. Yeah, I think it's because I zoom in a bit to make it bigger on the screen for you guys. And so you can read it easier if you're watching on a phone or a small screen, you know? But it messes with where it goes. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. Why does it do that? Anyways. It was like not even the same page. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, I missed a super chat. Thank you, Matthew. Sorry, I don't have my headphones on. I should put them in. I don't know. We'll watch a video probably of the trailer or something, but I just don't want to wear the headphones, but I should be able to hear alerts in my headphones. Hashtag Rob Strong Coffee. Yeah. We need some more of that strong coffee. Thank you, Matthew, again for the support. Much appreciated. Thank you also for reminding me that it was there. Brian asks, did you send me a double chai latte with barley milk and my sugar-free boysenberry muffin? Did you forget again? This is awkward. Oh, that's Ant Lab Games. Okay, I remember watching them before. Yeah. I remember Ant Lab Games. They changed their name? Board Game Nexus. Okay, cool. I guess people didn't like bugs. They didn't like, the idea of ants usually makes people's skin crawl. You think of ants, all in your house and stuff. So like ants and board gaming. I don't want ants near my board games. Maybe that was the thing. They did some what do you call that? Some testing, with their audience, see if they should rename their channel. Anyways, that's cool. Oh, okay. I thought they were gone. Anyways, that's a whole other discussion. I remember watching them before, like a long time ago, but then they just stopped making videos, so then I unsubscribed. Okay, cool. That's cool. They're still doing work. Nice. Hey, Dominic. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, here's what we're going to find about King's Ruin Pledge. 3 Kings of Ruin models, 3 Waystone models, 4 character models. Okay, this is just all a list of stuff in the box. Again, this bugs me that this is the most important thing. Some people will read this and they're just basically trying to answer all the people that bitch and complain about not getting enough for their money. So you see $99 and it just tries to list it all like a grocery list to make it feel like your $99 got you a lot of things. So the more numbers just make people feel better. Like when you start doing the math, you're like, holy crap, divide all of this into 99. Wow, everything's basically free. Oh my God, plus an extra whole box of junk. So yeah, I don't care about any of that stuff. But here's the stuff. So they start describing like the lore, the miniatures. Okay, they got to show you the miniatures because that's what Awaken Realms makes money on. People love buying things for the miniatures. At some point, everyone's houses are going to be so full of miniatures they can't buy any more miniatures. So I don't know what they're going to do then. But I hope they're hiding some cards. They got some more cards. Oh, some more miniatures. Well, that guy looks weird, right? Does that look weird? It's like a giant dude inside of a, a chariot, but like, I don't know. Like he's way too big for the little horsies. I don't know. That's weird. That's like very, I don't know. The proportions there are messing with me. Does not look right. Something doesn't look right. Okay, creepy dudes. Okay, whatever. Here we go. The more important components. Dual layer cardboard. Okay. Yeah, jam some cards on the side, mess around with some cubes. Been there, done that. Okay, cool. Is there anything new though? Like, is there new stuff related here? This looks different. This looks kind of different, but it's probably the same. It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, these like tiles with cubes in them. Was it like that before, or were they just cards? I feel like they were just cards. I don't know. There's something different there. Again, I don't care to look into it that deeply. It's not going to change my opinion on, oh my God, I want to play this game or not based on them using some cardboard instead of cards or something, changing that system. Okay. Here's the characters. Okay, cool. Doesn't really tell you much about them other than a one-liner. It's basically to tell you about the miniature and the components you get. But I'd like it if they would describe what this hero, kind of how they play. Is this a hero that plays similar to a previous hero? An all-new hero? What do they focus on? What's their feel? What's their vibe? I don't know. Are they more of a survival hero, a fighting hero, that kind of stuff, But no, it's just like, all you care about, guys, is the art, the miniature, and make sure you have more junk in your box to make it feel like it's worth the money. Anyways. I'm super positive. I love looking at Kickstarter campaigns or crowdfunding campaigns. They're my favorite thing. I love them. Just my favorite. So excited to do this. This is the greatest thing ever. I hope you guys are having fun watching this. I think at some point these are going to become member-only streams because, like, I don't know. And you guys can force me to do look at certain ones because I don't want to look at all of them. I definitely don't want to look at all of them anymore. I just look at crowdfunding every week and it's just depressing. Very depressing. But eventually, hopefully the market works itself out and it's just kind of like, the junk just goes away. And it changes and improves and fixes itself. Okay, more components, cards, stuff. Where is the stuff that's gotten better for the people who played the first one? Come on, man. I thought I clicked on, I guess this is just, is there like, I just want to know the differences. Why wasn't that at the top of the page? Hey, have you played the first one? Click here to skip all this junk and just find out. Oh, right here. I am halfway down the page. Halfway. And literally I finally find Kings of Ruin, Fall of Avalon, differences. Click here. Serenity Now. All right, here we go, guys. We got there. All right. We got there. Keith, I appreciate it, but I don't need to hear you explain to me what is different, right, Keith? I am straight to the horse's mouth. The chariot carrying giant miniature horse's mouth, all right? Doogie Boomstick says, have hope, Rob. It's all good, apparently. No, it's not. Okay, guys. Yeah, sorry. I should be more specific. I hate like looking at crowdfunding pages, the websites, the system, the idea of all the stretch goals, the FOMO, the overcharging, the paying for shipping direct and stuff. I'm an old guy, you know, back in my day, when I got into the hobby a whole 10 years ago, I used to walk to school uphill both ways. And also, I used to be able to go to my local game store and look at all the beautiful games and just buy the stuff I liked, played it. If I liked it, I could hunt down an expansion and add to the game if I felt like it. But nowadays, I'm presented with a pile of plastic and paper and expansions I'll probably never get to or may have no interest in. And they present it all to you and make you feel like you have to spend $500, get it all now. Or you may play it and love it, and you'll never be able to find the expansions or anything else ever again. It'll all disappear. I just hate all that practice. I just wish I could just, you know, go onto a website, Awaken Realms website or my local game store, and just pre-order the base game and drive over and pick it up, or have them mail it to me locally, or add it onto an order and get it the next day. You know, maybe pre-order it a month or two in advance. You know, kind of like video games and stuff, right? I wish it could get there where companies had faith in their projects and would just make them and finish them and put them up for pre-order. Yeah, they might not work out sometimes, but that's because you're making crap. This way promotes making crap. There's less risk, less incentive to actually work on something, make it good, proofread it, play test it, balance it, and make quality content. It's about quantity, not quality, and that's what I hate about this stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love playing games that have come from Kickstarter. I just hate this whole process of scrolling through these web pages, maybe getting a game a year late if I'm lucky. Do I care about playing Kings of Ruin in 2 years, maybe 2.5, 3 years when we actually get it? Probably not. Why am I buying it right now? Why am I even looking at it? Why am I considering it? If it's great, there'll be a freaking campaign right after that to get it again when it comes out, you know? Like, I don't know. Or you'll find it in retail. I don't know. I'm just salty. I'm salty. And sorry, if you're new here and you're like, man, I thought this guy was like, you know, just here to hype up crowdfunding and this is what he does. No. I'll hype up a game, but like the crowdfunding aspect of it is a bunch of just inefficient, not lean, garbage, frilly fat. Like I don't need it. It's just a waste of time. But anyways, you know. I'm only joking about the whole long time ago old, you know, I'm just joking. But it's like, I do miss the days of when I got in the hobby and crowdfunding was like a rare thing. Or, you know, and most of the games you could just go buy locally and support my local game store and meet people in the hobby shop and, you know, that kind of stuff. Now it's like half these games don't even show up in retail, or they make like 2 copies and they're gone. And then you just have to wait on crowdfunding and then pay all this money to have it shipped directly to your house. I don't know. I miss those days. That's all. That's why I'm grumpy about it. Just so you guys know. Know where I'm coming from. Raphael says, it's just how the industry is working right now. I try not to mess my mood up over it. I know. I know. I just tried to explain that before. But somebody will watch later and be like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? I just want you to know where I'm coming from. All right, here we go. The juicy stuff. Kings of Ruin compare to Fall of Avalon. How do Kings of Ruin compare to Fall of Avalon in previous Tainted Grail campaigns? Oh, I have a question, because I know there's a delay. I'm curious, as anyone here, I need to know, did you play through all 3 Tainted Grail boxes, like the Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, and the 2 expansions that were supposedly going to come out at some point, and I lost interest by the time they did? Did you play through all 3? And how would you rank them? I need to know how you'd rank them if you played them all. And if there's not a single person here who played through all 3, I would not be surprised. I'm super curious how many people actually got through all 3, and how would you rank them? Did they make them better? Was the first one good and the next sucked? I'm so curious. I always want to know that. But anyways, I'll keep reading and then I'll figure out what you guys are saying. Give you guys some time to type that stuff out. If you've already traveled on to Avalon, here's everything you need to know about the differences between the original Tainted Grail campaigns and our new Tainted Grail Kings of Ruin. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, there's still lots of companies not using crowdfunding, and I love that. And I still support them. And I still look at my local game store every week. I still place orders there. Thank you for your support, allowing me to do that. I order lots of retail games. I'm struggling to try to get them all on the channel. I went to Gen Con, met with a lot of publishers that only do retail stuff. Got some games for them to play on the channel and stuff. They need some love too, you know. And I love that I still love that business model, even though there's a lot of hands in the pot, you know, taking profit. But maybe that's the way it needs to be to make the hobby grow, right? I just think long term, this crowdfunding stuff probably won't last forever. But you know, not be as big as it is forever is what I should say. Except for like the rare thing, you know. Okay. A lot of people say nope, they didn't play it. Only Fall of Avalon. Necrocomicon says I did, and I loved it all. Okay. Were they all on like the same level, Necrocomicon? Like you feel like they all were like more of the same, kind of same level, like nothing crazy made one better than the other or anything like that? I'm just curious. But no spoilers, please. No spoilers, of course. I don't want anyone seeing spoilers or anything. I've never played it. I watched a few of your streams and decided it looked too grindy. Okay, nice, Yogi. Thank you. Raphael says crowdfunding is not what it used to be. Now it's a pre-order for huge games instead of helping someone or a small team to come up with something unusual. No, Raphael, there is still a lot of that stuff on crowdfunding for board gaming. A lot of small companies trying to bring their first game or a game that's just prototyped or not finished. The problem is those aren't full of miniatures. They don't have giant prototypes that look great. And people just don't want to back them. And they just fail. They disappear. They go away. Because what's proven to work and what eats up everyone's crowdfunding money is these big, you know, CMON campaigns, Awaken Realms, giant stuff in a box. It makes you feel better when you pay that expensive shipping that you're getting a giant box of stuff. But when you have to pay similar shipping to get a small card game or like some fan-made thing from an unknown company that doesn't look like they know what they're doing, people just avoid it. But there is still a lot of that. It just doesn't get talked about. Nobody cares. And it just goes away. But there is a lot. You can look every week. I look in the board game stuff. There's a lot of like, you know, from the ground up, you know, stuff. But it's overshadowed by the companies that are throwing money into it, marketing big giant companies, everyone talking, you know, sending out tons of prototypes to all the YouTubers and Twitch streamers and stuff, you know. And they get drowned in all the noise. I don't help them at all. I'm a part of the problem. I know this. But yeah. But what I recommend to those, if your game's that good, just go to an existing publisher. Just go to an existing publisher and try to get them to help you publish your game. There's too many separate little companies. I think it would be better if you just went to, you know, everyone's trying to start their own company. The problem is there's growing pains where then you get in trouble with legal issues, manufacturing issues, and then there's trouble and people don't get their projects. Like, I think there needs to be companies out there, and I know there are, that just publish games and run crowdfunding campaigns. And I know they exist. Awaken Realms done that for other people, but yeah, that needs to be the way it kind of goes. Or, you know, you go to a publisher that'll publish your game into retail, and, you know, there needs to be some checks and balances, because it shouldn't be us who's doing the checks and balances, right? There should be some of these publishers need to put their money down and kind of filter out some of these projects and make sure they get cut off at the legs or get improved before they make it any further. The problem is we see games on crowdfunding from some game designer maybe doesn't even know what they're doing, and they're not going to have great customer service. They're probably not going to deliver in time. They're not going to get a great deal at manufacturing because they don't have the relationships or the volume. And yeah, I think the best way is like it needs to just get to that point where it goes back to more what it used to be, is people with game ideas and you know, couples that are making games, small teams, just go to these publishers and get your game made through them, you know. And yes, you're not going to make as much profit, but it's like, you know, hopefully we get better games because of it, being selfish, but that's the way it should be. Oh, Dia Games, right? Yeah, going to Steamforge. Same idea. Yep. They took on too much. And that's a perfect example. They took on way too much. They tried to make their own company. They tried to become the next Simon or Asmodee or whatever, but it's like, you know what? Just work on making awesome games. Let them take care of all the junk for you, you know? Let them have a legal department, an HR department, handle customer service, you know, that kind of stuff, fixing missing parts and missing orders and handle all the credit card payments and all that kind of stuff. Let them do all that for you. Let them help you play test your game and get it all through. Let them, get the artists, all that kind of stuff. If you need artists and that kind of thing, let them work on sourcing materials and things, and you just work on your game. That's what I think they should do. I think that's the thing. But again, I'm not on that side. I don't know. All right, back to it. Journey into the weirdness. Each Kings of Ruin location has 2 sides. The new weirdness covered side represents the same land under the influence of this chaotic power, offering new secrets to delve into, revealing hidden lore, and giving players more tactical flexibility. This is like Fog of War, right? This is like Fog of War kind of thing, or just they had this in the first one, right, where tiles would flip. I thought. Oh no, they would change. They would change. You sometimes have something weird going on, and then you like have to go grab a new tile when you like lit up the menu or something, right? That's what it was doing, I think. So they just have it on the other side. Cool. Stand before the Kings of Ruin. In addition to our standard guardian creatures, 3 unique characters roam the land, each offering multiple combat or diplomatic encounters. Learn their secrets, find their weaknesses, and take part in their stories. Light the Waystones. Our new Waystone mechanic replaces Menhirs, vastly reducing the time spent gathering or managing resources. This is the stuff taking out the grindy stuff you guys are talking about. It pushes the needle toward exploration, story, and discovery. Yes. That was the best part of the first game to me. Best part of the first game. Let me just explore more and get more things done and follow branching story paths. Oh, I love it. Difficult, classic style resource management is still available as a challenge mode. Okay. People are like, don't mess with my game. They still have it for you. Okay. Immerse yourself in brand new stories. I would hope they're brand new stories. Okay, that shouldn't be like, that's obvious, right? Like, if they're like, you're playing through the exact same story again, that'd be a problem, right? I would hope, this is just expected. Like, this is not a new feature, but anyways. Enjoy fluent card play. Kings of Ruin also builds upon the predecessors when it comes to gameplay, remix the best mechanics from 1,400 plus existing Tainted Grail cards, while offering new and exciting twists such as an updated diplomacy system. So this to me reads is a fancy way of saying we're basically using all of the same cards in the game for like combat and diplomacy and stuff, but we've tweaked and changed them, but we're not spending the time to come up with all new symbols and that kind of stuff and abilities. You're roughly going to play through the same stuff, but in a new story. But we've messed a bit with the diplomacy system. That's what that reads to me. It's like, don't worry, guys. We're not doing the work on redesigning the systems of the game. So that's kind of cool. But not, I don't know. So it's like game broke, don't fix it kind of thing, they think. But I don't know. Explore anytime, anywhere. Initiating an exploration is now a free action, and all additional costs are relegated to some specific exploration choices. Oh, okay. Yeah, because it used to cost before, right? You'd be like, I don't know, I kind of want to save my resources. I don't know if I want to explore the book again right now. Maybe I'll do it on the next tile. Oh, okay. But usually what it would do is like, I remember a lot of games do this, right? If you have to spend to explore, if you hit a crappy option or you're locked out, usually they give you back the resource. But it's like, why not just make it cost nothing? It's just more streamlined, right? And only charge me when it's like I'm actually doing something or spending time or, you know, doing tests or that kind of stuff. And I really want to push forward to really make sure I'm all in and I've committed, you know? That's interesting. Discover more secrets. An additional spoiler-free secrets deck includes special story-related encounters with beautiful arts, secret events, rules, and even special story-related combat and diplomacy cards your characters will learn while traveling Avalon. Okay, so you kind of unlock stuff as you play, campaign style. Okay, cool. I expect that. That's fine. Pick from personalized skill tokens. Instead of a shared pool of skill cards, each character now has 24 unique available skills that match their story and theme. That's a good thing. Skills are now cardboard tokens. That's what I saw in the picture. That slot neatly into your character tray. So instead of cards, they're cardboard tokens. That's weird with the cost of paper and all that stuff we always hear complaints about. But I'll take it. Enjoy other small upgrades. Tiered item decks offer better character progression. Modified rest rules reduce the amount of game time spent gathering resources. Many rules clarifications and make for a smoother experience with an even lower entry level. I don't know. There's never proofreading on these pages either. Everything feels just rushed all the time, like half-assed. But they want your money, so I don't know. It's always feels that way. Hopefully the game book isn't like that this time. Woo! Anyways, the miniatures look good though. Don't worry, guys. Also use food only, says Keith, when you want to heal. Okay. Oh, here's the additional upgrades for 2.0 that I was looking for before. Okay, cool. All right, while we're here, hopefully the volume of this thing's okay. I'm sorry. That's not bad.
I see you, King Seeker. You're going where none have walked, beyond the mists, beyond the eternal city of the Four Dwellers. Know that the false kings shall stand in your way. Claudine, the Unknighted, consumed by dreams of glory unmatched. Nonus, Bishop of the Deep, the one who is destined to always conquer in vain. Amber Queen Venida, whose motherly love was so strong.
Voice is lulling me to sleep. I'm here for game information.
Her people, deceivers, imposters,
ASMR
unworthy of the titles they
of the
claimed. Their triumphs and tragedies shaped history, but they hold no power over you. Yours is the way east, to the lost lands and the one and true ruler of Avalon. Question is, what will you offer in return?
Take control of one of 4 unlikely heroes. Customize and develop your character. Stay alive and sane despite the dangers of Avalon.
All right. Not my area of expertise, but aren't hand models supposed to have like clear nail polish so they're not distracting away from what they're demonstrating? But the glare off that, and it's probably because of doing streams and trying to avoid glare off card sleeves and stuff, but that giant red nail on my screen is distracting me from the game I'm looking at with the dark, muted tones. But it's like, I don't know. That's weird. It feels like it doesn't fit. It feels out of place. But anyways.
Journey through grim lands, represented by over 70 beautiful locations. Light the waystones to push away the weirdness and clear your path ahead. Or dive into the mists to find hidden secrets. As you play the game, new areas become available, building up to a full open-world experience. Make choices that permanently change the world of the game by switching entire location cards. Enjoy the deep personal storylines of each character, as well as over 200 pages of exciting, branching story with many possible endings and countless memorable, difficult decisions. Due to a system of story triggers, characters and factions remember your choices and often respond to them. Enjoy the strategic card play of combat and diplomatic encounters, where players cooperate to build the best possible sequence of cards. Face the kings of ruin that roam each of the game's realms. Uncover their secrets and find their weaknesses.
Hey guys, Martin here from Awaken Realms. Together I'm here with Krzysztof, our lead writer and creator of Tainted Grail universe. And we're here to invite you to Tainted Grail Kings of Ruin campaign. This is a standalone expansion, whole new adventure, whole new story, whole new game that is created in Tainted Grail universe. And the Tainted Grail is a game that we're super proud of, and we've worked
This guy sounds like he has a gun off camera that's telling him to do this. Talk about this damn game and sound excited or we kill your family. Like, that's like, he is so like, I just don't care attitude. You can tell the guy who does the story beside him is like got a smile. At least he's got the big smile on his face. Like, I'm happy about doing this job. The other guy's like, I don't know. We're just here making game and you just should back it. Yeah, we tell you this every month because we have a new campaign to fund last campaign and high shipping cost. And this is crazy. But like, what is going on there? Why isn't he doing the fake excited stuff? This is your trailer, man. Tell us how this is going to blow our mind, change our lives. You know, it's going to make people want to hang out with you. Like, you're going to, you know, you're going to be successful. You'll get that promotion at work.
New story,
if you buy our game.
Whole new game that is created in Tainted Grail universe. And the Tainted Grail is a game that we're super proud of, and we've worked for a long time, over 3 years. The whole team worked on it, and we kind of wanted to use all that experience and all the, you know, thousands of players around the world playing it and giving us feedback, and we wanted to kind of bring that together, come back to Tainted Grail universe, and create the best version of it. That, you know, use the best.
He feels shamed. He's shamed. He is shamed. He's talking with shame in his voice. He's not making eye contact. Very bad. Reading body language, not a thing I do, but this is what I feel. It's like he knows, because now they're bringing a 2.0 Tainted Grail, and they messed up on the first one. They did some stuff people didn't like. They had errata issues, problems, you know, lots of complaints people had. And he's coming back asking you for your money, feels bad. We messed up a little bit, but we're like trying to fix it. And like, that's the attitude I'm getting. He probably isn't, it's probably not the case, but it's like, that's like, could that explain it? Why he's like head down, doesn't look at the camera, doesn't seem excited. It feels like, it's like somebody talking who is like, you know, a kid who's done something wrong. That's what it feels like. I don't know. It's like when somebody wants your money, you know, like you should, you know, be confident in what you're selling. And he's not confident in what he's selling. That's what I'm getting. That's just funny. You don't usually get people actually talking about their game in trailers, so I'll give them props for that. But this is not the guy you want talking about your product. I don't know who this guy is exactly, but what he is at the company. I know I've seen him in videos before, but you hire someone else. This is not the guy. This is not the guy to sell your games.
Kind of change them in a way that will be best for the flow of the game, and obviously introduce you to one of the most important part of this type of game, which is a whole new amazing adventure. Krzysztof led the team that worked on it and can talk a little bit about it.
Yes, we have a wide new world for you to explore. Western Avalon, so far shrouded with mystery, a land of many secrets, populated with great characters, with several distinct subzones, with those enormous beings known as Kings of Ruin looming over them, each with their own rich storyline, with many secrets for you to uncover. Through this land you will lead a group of explorers with, again, interesting personal stories, interesting personal subquests, and it all builds up to this very cool central mystery that we cannot wait for you to experience.
So hopefully you can join the campaign, and together, as always, we can go back and forth. You can give us feedback, and
he's a little more excited.
We'll create an absolutely
a little bit.
amazing
He's like,
game, absolutely
turn it up to
amazing
2.
that you will be able to explore.
What the hell is this?
So yeah, thank you very much, and take care. Bye.
It's like forced smile. It's like, all right, this is the problem, okay? It's like they know you're just going to give them money. We don't have to try. We're not excited about our own damn game. We're just going through the motions, grind, blah, blah, blah. I know it's also a cultural thing, but it's, yeah, come on, man. Hire somebody, do a kind of cool trailer showing you how cool it is. I mean, the game speaks for itself, like, beautiful. We already know Tainted Grail, like, you know, exploring on the cards, like, the open world stuff, that's awesome. Like, just seeing it on the table again makes me go, like, all right, I'm in. Seeing the combat cards, though, that system kind of turned me off a little bit again, seeing the same exact thing. Been there, done that, but, man, the exploration part, I'll rough through those, like, you know, too grindy, too long puzzle combats are kind of boring. I'll grind through that for the story. I would do it for sure. But yeah, I don't know. That's just funny. Like, that's not the guy That is not the guy. You guys would say he's the CEO. That CEO needs to use some funds to get a different employee to like who's excited or somebody. Man, that that guy does not make me feel confident giving my money to him. He does not want it. Or he's not excited to. He's just spent too many years doing these crowdfunding campaigns. He lost the spark. He lost the spark. I don't know what happened there. Or he just had to announce the same day. He made a video announcing a delay to a previous campaign or something, and everyone was pissed at him. And then he had to go on a video and talk about that. What the hell was that? Oh, that's... Matthew says he has a PhD in marketing. Oh, wow. He's not a sales guy. He's probably the main geek there. Yeah, that would make sense, right? I don't know. It's just weird. It's like weird to see that. It's like, come on, man. Your project could be at 4 million if you put someone more exciting in your video, at least. Like, you know, you'll get some people hyped. But that was not the hyped attitude. Yeah, Locator said he's up all night playing ISS Vanguard. Okay, that could explain it. That would Okay, all right. I don't know what else to say here. I don't know what else to talk about this game. I think I'm done. I read the improvements. I know I'm getting it. I'm gonna back it. I'm gonna back the base one. I guess we can talk about that, right? I don't care about Sundrop because I have an amazing wife that paints amazing games. At the time when we got the first one, we got the Sundrop. Sundrop looks really cool. It does look cool, but now that I know more about painting, now that my wife paints, I've researched stuff, we've learned techniques and things. I would feel confident that I could, you know, do some kind of a Sundrop myself. It would just take time. But I have no interest in it because Mel paints awesome stuff, and I'm excited to see her tackle an Awakened Realms game. I guess she would be doing ISS Vanguard first, to get some practice on the detail and the materials of an Awakened Realms miniature. I don't think there's many other ones she's painted. But yeah, this would be her second one, I guess. So I'm excited to see her paint some of those cool miniatures. They do look awesome. I do like the atmosphere. I love Tainted Grail's like IP. I love the lore. You know, dark fantasy. Oh, love that stuff. Gives me those, you know, Dark Souls vibes. I love it. Love that aspect of it. So having miniatures in that universe, cards, art, all that stuff, I'm in. Story. Yeah, but I don't need Sundrop. That's not for me. But I like the way they offer it because some people don't paint and they don't have time and they want to put things on the table and look better than gray blobs of plastic. I appreciate that. I think it's cool that companies are doing that now and offering it. They got to offer it at the quality level, these guys. Kings of Ruin Core Pledge. That's what I want. I just want this. 8,000 people also just want this out of, how many was it? 14 something? Yeah, 14,000-ish, you know, going to be 15 probably by the end of it or more. Sorry, we can jump there. Rewards, right? So there's almost 3,000 of that right now want the Sundrop stuff. And that, oh yeah, you get the monster minis, right? That's probably what one of these boxes is. Or something. But this is just the basics. Like, I wish I could get like free shipping instead of the box of stretch goal stuff. I wish there was an option like that, you know? I just want the base game, make it worth my while, because I know I can probably spend like 100 or less and get it free shipping from a local retailer when the game comes out, right? So it's like this extra junk, it just adds to the shipping costs and all that. It's just an upsell. But yeah, I just wish, or they lower the price of the game or something, but whatever. That's part of the crowdfunding junk. Ball of Avalon Core Pledge. So if you just want the first game, here it is. And it's interesting. Why is that more expensive? There's like less stuff in this game, I guess, or something. $20 more. I don't know. Weird. Or they just think people will spend the money on it, so price it at its demand. But only 282 people. Okay, so this changes things. Right now, I still got to look at more pledges. But I thought this this is the first time looking at it, but I was assuming that this would be very heavily inflated by people just being interested in the first product. You know, kind of like some other big games we've seen, right? But this is not the case. Unless, hold on. No, even going all in on the stuff, right? Getting the first stuff and the second stuff. Well, like 1,000 people, you know, that's not a big chunk of the percentage of the people backing. Yeah, interesting. I thought this honestly would have close to or the same amount of backers. Maybe it's been in stock much better. Like, but that's crazy. Or maybe just so many other fans own the game. They just want an update pack. They don't need the game again. You know what I mean? Oh, is this all 3 campaigns, Edgar, included in here? Okay, let's look. No. Fall of Avalon core box, Fall of Avalon stretch goals. Or you're talking about another one probably. What are you talking about? Knight of Avalon? No, that's not the 3 campaigns. 3 campaigns is something else, right? That's like 2 other boxes of stuff. It's probably this one. It's these 2, right? Red Death and Echoes of the Past. Are those the 2 that they released later? I don't know. I don't even know what the other 2 campaigns were called. I never got them. I never followed up on them. I assumed they were going to come out quicker than they did, and they didn't. So I just lost interest, but it's something in here, right? Stretch goals of first Kickstarter is 2 campaigns. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was like monster miniatures or something. Okay. Stretch goals. So this. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Edgar. So Age of Legends and Last Night campaigns are the stretch goal box. Okay, okay, okay. I see. Interesting. So if I want to play those campaigns, how do I get just this? Is that a thing? Probably can add it in the pledge manager maybe, right? Or right here, right? Add to pledge, $65. That's all they cost? I thought they were like their own same equivalent giant boxes that were going to be the same like the core box, you know? I had that wrong. Again, this is all assumptions back when I was playing it. I like didn't even know if I'd make it through the full first campaign to even care about this stuff, but that's interesting. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Now I learned something today. Okay. So this $120 gets you all 3 campaigns. Okay, that's not bad actually. I would think if you're gonna play through it all, right? And this is just 1 campaign, which is I'm totally fine with. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll back this after the stream or whatever, and just add this. But let's check add-ons just for fun. You can get sleeves and some kind of... Oh, okay. So they're making an insert that'll handle card sleeves, which is probably different than the insert that comes in the box. That's an interesting way to do it, right? So people who don't want a sleeve, their stuff's nice and tight and organized. But if you want to add sleeves, it's not like, you know, you're trying to like jam them in there and they're all squished. Hopefully not. Sun drop you can add. Some black goat thing. Whatever. All of Avalon stretch goals. Oh, yeah, you can add them right here. Now I have a question, which is probably in the FAQ. Yeah, I don't care about any of this stuff. Collectibles. Yeah, none of this stuff. I don't care about any of it. But anyways, I'm curious about this. This 2.0 fix stuff. Does it fix all of this? Because you need stuff from the core game. I bet it's in the FAQ. Like, I would assume so, right? Like, right here. Is the 2.0 rule set finished? Can you publish it? Are there any reviews out there for 2.0? No. For this campaign, delivering a great prototype for Kings of Ruin, as well as finishing the Kings of Ruin rule set were our main goals. So it's like a low priority. The 2.0 revision of older content still requires some work and testing and is a work in progress. To give you more details, we've almost finished the list of fixes, but we don't want to publish any specific rules before they were 100% tested and verified. This also means there is currently no 2.0 prototype anywhere in the wild. And the earliest it could be done is early next year. But I guess you could late pledge and stuff by then, right? If you were like, show me first. The best overview of the changes we could give at this point is available in Update 4 and in the Update Pack item description on Gamefound. If you did not read them, be sure to click for more information. If there's anything more we can add before the end of the campaign, we'll certainly do it. Will the Fall of Avalon app journals be updated for 2.0? Will they keep working for 1.0 players? We aim to make that all happen. However, there are still a lot of technical things we need to overcome to make the app usable for both 1.0 and 2.0 versions of journals. We'll keep you updated on this topic. So if you liked playing the first one with the app, or you want to play with the app, you might be waiting a while and maybe never get done. Does the 2.0 update pack add the new Tainted Grail Kings of Ruin rules to the older Tainted Grail content? No. The 2.0 update pack mostly contains many small edits, fixes, and rebalances. And while it modifies some core rules, the Kings of Ruin rule set is too different to apply it to the old game. I thought they were changing the old one and fixing that one to be just like Kings of Ruin, but it sounds like they just said, no, we're just going to make a new game. Here's what I bet happened. I bet they thought that they could make a 2.0 version of the first game, and they started working on it, fixing it, thinking of how they could make it better, and went, you know what? Let's just make a whole new game. We'll take that same system, the 14,000 plus cards or whatever. We'll make up some new characters, you know, new abilities for them, make it a little specialized, and let's write a whole new story and a whole new adventure and just carry it forward. That's interesting. I bet that's what happened here. And it sounds like all they're going to take is the small, like, erratas and stuff, and you can buy a little update pack to fix that. Interesting. I thought they were making Kings of Ruin and all the new stuff was going to be also in the old one in 2.0, but that's not the case. So it sounds like if you don't want all the grindy stuff, you need to just say, okay, avoid Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon completely. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Tobold says Waystones work very different from Miniers. I see. I know, but I thought the 2.0 pack was going to change that even in the old one, you know? Like change all that stuff too. That's interesting. Okay. Good to know. It's buried here at the bottom of the FAQ, I guess, but okay, cool. I own the previous edition of Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. Will 2.0 reprints of expansions such as Red Death or X the Past work with my core box? Yes. Okay, cool. I don't know. I again, okay. So I'm probably going to avoid ever looking at the old stuff then. I'll just go Kings of Ruin and forward. Yeah, I mean, that stretch goal box for $65 to play 2 other campaigns sounds cool, but you're still playing the old Tainted Grail, and if it's the Menhir system and the grinding and the rushing and the racing and the lack of exploration and the spending too much time on the board playing puzzle card games rather than exploring, then yeah, okay, never mind. Scratch that idea. All right, cool. Cool. Oh, yeah, Locator's saying that. Might be too many people saying how the new game improves on the first, so people are passing on it. That explains exactly why there is not that many people pledging on the old one. Because people realize that it's not really, it's just kind of fixing the oldish one, so if you couldn't get it, get this, it'll have some fixes in it. But basically, this is a similar game to Kings of Ruin. You're going to get the same combat, the same moving around cards, and it's pretty much the same game, but menhirs are changed, kind of, right? Less grindy, more exploration. So people are just like, why? Okay, that's cool. I'll just get this one. That totally makes sense. Okay, that all makes sense now. I'm glad we got there. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate your help. I do appreciate it. I knew you guys would clear this all up. I never catch all this stuff. Going through here, it's like digging through, like, looking for needles in haystacks sometimes in these things. They kind of hide things, but that's good. We got there. So yeah, again, thanks to our members on YouTube who click the join button, support the channel. Thanks for voting on our member-only poll. Also those on Patreon who voted on the poll. and resoundingly, the majority of you who support the channel want us to play this game, want us to get this game. So I will just back the core $99 US, aka $350 Canadian pledge. I'm just joking. It's not that bad conversion, but I will back it. And when it arrives sometime shortly after, again, the cool part is it'll arrive to you. And if you just want to play it before we do, so you don't get spoilers, great, go ahead. Mel will paint it up, maybe do some streams painting it in the future. And then we'll play through it when it eventually arrives in 2 years. So make sure you schedule a reminder to come check back on the channel like 2 years from now. Because it does say, what's it, December 2023, which we all know games never deliver around that time usually, unless they've been delayed a full year. We'll be lucky if you see this on the channel. I'm going to guess now, probably around September, October of 2024. That's my guess. So yeah. So if you're interested in seeing the game, thank you again for supporting us, allowing us to back these kind of games. I appreciate it. And I figured you guys support the channel. So let's let you guys influence. And I swear to you, if this poll showed like 80-something% or 60-something% even and said no, I would totally pass on this game and never lose sleep. Just being fully honest with you guys. There's just so many great games out there, not enough time. And yes, maybe when it hit retail later, of course, I'd go back to those who support the channel at the time and ask what you guys want us to do. Because I have to do that with some games, right? I don't want to just blindly get and back everything and play, these games that are going to take 20 streams, when no one wanted us to and no one's interested, and those who support the channel, right? So I feel like you guys should have some say. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's because of them I'm even talking about this today. I was totally just going to pass on this one and kind of like ignore it till it was delivered and maybe showed up at my local retailer or something and just get the base game. But yeah, we'll have the stretch goals, I guess. Woo! Locator says, I remember seeing an interview or something where they said it would take a complete redo on the balance of the first game, like rewards and leveling and stuff, if they eliminated the menhirs. Oh, which is what I'm saying. They probably sat there in a room and said, it's too much work. Let's just make a new game. That makes sense. I mean, I'm not faulting them for that. That's like, I'm just talking like, assumptions and, I love speculation. Necrocomic-Con, you're a psycho. You are a psycho. I do appreciate it, but I was already saying the money you guys give me, it's in an account, and then we spend it on the channel, most of it, and some of it allows me not to have to go back to a full-time job. I appreciate it, or a job in general other than this one. But Necrocomic-Con with the super chat, the $99 super chat says you can pay for shipping with the clown face. No, the game is already covered. That's why I'm backing it, you silly bird. Now I have to back a second copy? Is that what you're saying? No, I'm just joking. But yeah, thanks for covering the cost of that. I will spend the money elsewhere. Probably on another Kickstarter next month. But anyways. Yeah. Sweet. Necrocomic-Con, thank you. Everyone, thank Necrocomic-Con in the chat for covering the copy of Tainted Grail we'll be playing on the channel. And in 2024, I need to be reminded. I'll probably remember. But those streams will be brought to you by Necrocomic-Con. That is too kind. You are awesome. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's not why I did this stream, but I do appreciate it. It takes a lot of pressure off. But this is why I get the poll to make sure, Oh, man. Dan, please don't remind me of Clicks Madness, another campaign I need to try to fit in my streaming schedule. I appreciate you not doing that. Thank you. Too many damn games. It's a good time to be in the hobby, though. It's a good time to be in the hobby. Even with all the drama, the canceled projects, the junk delivered sometimes that comes to your door and it wasn't as good as you thought it was based on the hype. There are still so many great games at your local game store, on websites, coming from crowdfunding. It's a good time. It's a good time right now to be a board gamer, that's for sure. We just need to find a way to slow down time or gain more spare time or that kind of stuff, or just I don't know. I don't want shorter games. I don't want less complex games. I still want them. They maybe need to slow down. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe there needs to be some agreements in the industry. One giant game like this per year. You know? Maybe. I don't know. Then maybe I can guarantee I could play it all and all that, but yeah. Matthew says, not to get off topic. Did I just complain about reminding me about games I need to play, Matthew? How dare you? Matthew says, not to get off topic, but you are going to be doing... but are you going to be doing the X-Men Marvel Champions playthrough? You know it, of course. Absolutely. To be honest, I don't have it yet. Full disclosure, I talked to the marketing guys at Gen Con for Fantasy Flight Games. They wrote down that I was interested in it. I talked to them in email after, but then they never confirmed 1,000% they're sending it. Just 100% they'll send it. But then I never got it. They never sent it. No shipping. But I've gotten other stuff from them. So I'm going to assume they're just not sending it. I'm not going to complain. I don't care. I'll just support my local game store. So I did. And I pre-ordered it through them. But I put on the Arkham Horror Investigator box, which I think is due tomorrow to come out. So that delayed it. Like I would have had it probably on Monday or Tuesday. But I didn't need it right away because I'm in the middle of playing like Hoplomachus and so many other games right now. So the X-Men stuff should arrive probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. I don't know when I'm going to fit it in. I don't know if I'll rush to play it. We'll see. What I'm hearing is just more of the same Marvel Champions. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it's decent. And I just love X-Men, so automatically that'll make me have fun with it, but which is not a bad thing. It's just more Marvel Champions. But yeah, at least I'm not hearing complaints that it's like the Galaxy's Most Wanted campaign. At least I'm not hearing that. But yeah, definitely I'll be playing through it. We'll be taking a look at it. Maybe I could do some solo stuff with it. I hope the characters that are in the box or Cyclops are good for solo in the campaign. But after playing Sabretooth at Gen Con, I'm a little scared. But again, there's probably a way to like beat him. I just was like, yeah, we just didn't have the solution in our first blind playthrough. But yeah, no problem, Matthew. I'm just joking around. It's all good. I don't mind answering questions. It's a Rob's Cafe. We do talk off-topic stuff here and that. I do ramble. I rant. This is not a totally focused video, but this was just meant to talk about one crowdfunding project. Usually I do these. We talk about a whole list of them, or industry news and stuff like that. Stuff coming up on the channel, that kind of stuff. Totally fine here. Yeah, it's not as bad when you're like interrupting me reading a campaign entry, playing a game like Tainted Grail, and you're like, excuse me, sorry to interrupt. I need to know about a living card game you haven't played in 6 months. When are you going to play it again? It's like, when it's scheduled? Not right now? I don't know. When I know I'm going to play stuff for sure, I'll schedule the streams. But I know it's like kind of the dick thing to say, but it's like, I don't know. I only play in like a week out. Sometimes I play in months out, but then things show up. The doorbell rings. FedEx guy shows up with a Kickstarter I forgot about. A press copy of some game I forgot I agreed upon or something like that. You know what I mean? And then some stuff I'm just more excited about and I lose interest in some things and change. But I didn't buy that X-Men playmat and play Marvel Champions on it for the last couple of years. You know, to subliminally, you know, get it into the designers' heads if they ever watch my stream that I want to play X-Men in my Marvel Champions. I'm for sure supporting that stuff and buying all of it. So, but yeah. Yogi, I gave away Rhino Hero Super Battle. I gave it away to Kyle for him to play with his kids, actually. Just like a couple weeks ago, actually. But we do have that game. That's an awesome game. I was going to stream that at one point, but then it was too hard. Too hard to stream the extra levels and all the angles. I'm being serious. I was going to do a joke stream with that game and have some fun with it a couple years back, but I just had fun with it at family gatherings with nieces and nephews, my daughter, and yeah, Rhino Hero Super Battles. Awesome game. Great game for kids. But yeah, I gave it to Kyle to play with his kids. So I'm sorry, Yogi. You're not going to see it on the channel unless Kyle brings it over and wants to play it. Sorry about that. Mark, that Explore It, volume 4, right? Volume 4 is Domain of Mirrors and Noctis. We were gifted a pledge from the designer, who loves our channel and just keeps, you know, I would have backed it 100%. I would have backed the lowest pledge just to get another copy. I did love the demo of that, or the prototype. It might be my favorite one, but I can't say that for sure until I play like the final, because I know he changed some things even after we played it, he told me. But yeah, I backed it and then he credited me, and so we didn't pay for it, which I'll talk about on that stream when we do play it. But I don't have it yet. I don't know when it's coming. I don't have it. The dungeon crawling mode, Dan, if I remember correctly, it was nothing like crazy mind-blowing, but again, I don't need an entire dungeon crawling game added into an adventure game to make it even more crazy. Like, I like how it's just like kind of a, I liked it more than the caravan stuff in the desert one, Sands of Shirax. I liked it better than that. I still thought that was kind of cool. I like the gambling stuff in that one, though. But I like how they're trying different things, right? They take the same Explore It idea, but try to add things in and change it for the theme and change up some of the systems and stuff. But I did, obviously, you guys know I like dungeon crawling. I like kind of like the fantasy. It's kind of like the dark Transylvania theme on it. And I remember it was cool. I remember it was a neat idea, but they did change some stuff after. And the whole like collecting blood and stuff, that was all fun. But we'll see. We'll see how it is when we actually get to play the final game. But again, my memory is not the best, but I do remember it was fine. It was definitely my favorite of like the little mini game kind of things in the game that they keep adding. But and it wasn't hard to figure out either. It didn't like it didn't make it like overly complex and get away from the magic that was you know, the first Explore It. I'm picturing the box. I can never remember all the subtitles of these games. Something Valley of the Dead King. Explore It, Valley of the Dead King. That game still, just the simplicity of it, the straightforward, you know, did everything cool. The adventuring, the survival, it was just all there. The exploration, you know, and just did it well. And everyone since then tries to add some new twists and additions, and eventually the Sands of Shirax, I felt it's good. The stuff they added, it's great for existing fans. But I remember it was like not the best starting place unless you're going to put up with stumbling through the extra complexities. But it was cool the way we've played it. We played through kind of like a progression, right? So it's not too hard to learn the next one, and then all the additional stuff. It's not too bad, and it's more interesting. But again, there's something about Valley of the Dead King that's just like, and now it has the campaign mode too. It's just like, it's a good starting point. But Domain of Mirrors and Noctis seemed like it could be a good starting point, because then that's what he said to me. Like, he heard I complained to him about it, that it was just like, you're getting too far away. That's like, you're telling people that, you know, they could start with this version, but it's like, it's definitely more designed for someone who's already in the system. And the first one just has so many heroes and stuff too to choose from. It gets you a good start in the system. But again, we don't have the final version of Domain of Mirrors and Noctis to know what it is, but yeah, Sands is awesome. But yes, it just was like, whoa, like I can recommend it, but maybe not as your first to Explore It. But it's up to you to decide that, you know. But yeah, it is fun. There's lots of fun stuff in it. It's cool. I like all of them. They're all good. Force of Adramon was interesting. That might be my least favorite though. Force of Adramon is probably my least favorite, but I did like it when they added the like there was like the quest and the putting together the items, right, or something like that. I like that addition. It was cool, but I don't know, just something about that one, the theme, and there was something with the way like you get items and things that just I can't remember exactly how they did it, but it was just like I didn't really like it as much. It was still fine, but if I'm just like, you know, digging in the memories, Valley of the Dead King sticks with me more. Sands of Shirax was cool what they were doing in it. It was definitely interesting. Forest was like, if I had to say one, I would have to, you know, if I was ranking them, Forest would be the bottom right now. That's all. Jeremiah, I don't know. I don't have time. It's just we've been busy streaming and playing other games. Most of the games I play off stream are like games we're eventually going to play on stream, or games that are more family friendly. We play with our family members, our friends, and their kids and stuff off stream. We did not continue with Madara. No. It's still sitting there. It's still sitting there, but it's like I don't think we need to keep playing it, to be honest. I'm not interested in playing more of it. I don't need to see more of it. I got the idea of the game. I feel how it's inspired by. It's definitely like a anime inspired version of Sword and Sorcery. You can tell heavily influenced there. But I would just rather play Sword and Sorcery for that kind of complexity dungeon crawling game. I just like fantasy theme. I like their combat and stuff. But I did like the gameplay in Madara. But like the upgrading and stuff, it just kind of kept feeling like you're doing the same. You're just getting the same items again, and it, I don't know. It just, story didn't grab me. It's just like, yeah, it's just not the game for me. If I'm gonna spend time getting into like a dungeon crawling system, you know, even the Cole's Notes version of the story was just too much. It just wasn't for me. But the gameplay, I love the freaking achievements. I love playing each mission. I love the miniatures, fighting the bosses, the tiles, you know, all that stuff is good stuff. Just not for me, that's all. It's not for me. Not for me. But yeah, I definitely played enough of it so you could watch a couple episodes and decide if it's for you or not. Just seeing the gameplay loop of it, you know? So I don't need to do more of it. I don't need to play more of it. Absolutely not. I don't feel guilty or anything like that. Or that I'm missing it or it's eating away at me. Nothing like that. Ken just says, Rob, have you looked into Frostpunk yet? No. Is it available yet? Did they finish it? I don't know. Feels like that was forever ago. But yeah, no. I don't know. Frosthaven. Get out of here. Where the hell is that game? Shouldn't I already have beaten Frosthaven by now? What is happening with that? Tolbolt says, oh, great. Rob made me not buy Madara. Oh, I'm not. No, Madara could be your favorite game. It could be amazing for you. Not every game is for everyone, though. And I have to be open and honest about that, right? But I'll tell you, when we were playing Madara, like the actual missions, it was awesome. Loved it. Loved every minute of that. Love the, even like buying upgrades and deciding on upgrades and spending the resources and all that stuff, the leveling up. It was cool. The process of it was cool. But then when I realized it was just every level of an item is just the same item again with like bumped up stats, basically, to just scale up with the game. It wasn't like changing the gameplay really at the time. And I just lost interest. It's too much story and lore and all that I did not care. But yeah, the gameplay, like the actual like missions were fun, and the achievements. I love the little side achievements that you like don't have to do, but they were like fun, you know, trying to risk the scenario for them. Yeah. But man, Madara though, I guarantee there's some fans out there playing like video games, loving anime, you know, watching the shows, movies, comics, all that stuff. That will get pulled into our hobby based on games like Madara and play these cool games. So like I love that it exists though. I love that it exists for the people who like that stuff, and you know, and they have an option and don't always have to play their dungeon crawlers full of like, you know, swords and, well, I guess that has that too, but you know what I mean, like fantasy stuff, knights and all that, you know, classic fantasy. You know, you can play a cool dungeon crawler but have it like different themes. I think it's cool. I like that it exists. Yeah, Mark, I was thinking the same thing of Hexplore, Domain of Mirrors and Noctis being like a Halloween thing. I was always playing that way. I always wanted to play it during October. I don't know if we'll get ours before then, though. And if it shows up like the last week of October, yeah, I don't know. It'll be too late by then. I'll already have a stream scheduled probably and won't be able to get to it. But we'll get to it eventually. I already played the demo, you know, so it's like I know what I'm getting into. I've played now 4 different Hexplore. It's like I'm not... it's like... I don't know. But I am looking forward to it. I do want to play it. I just have other stuff we need to play too. Heather says, Rob's Gaming Table, I know you don't always support Cult of the New. With that in mind, are there any games that you may have missed, quote unquote, that have sparked your interest in going back to? I don't know. I'll be honest, Heather, right now, today, my mind for the last few hours has been focused on this Tainted Grail stream I came up with. I was going to prime some miniatures. Instead, I decided to do this. I was gonna relax today after yesterday's stream went much longer, and I think my voice. I hope I don't like start losing my voice again like that one time when I started streaming way too many hours in a week, and then yeah. But hey, John. But I'm also focused. I got to play Jurassic Park later. I'm stressing a little bit about Familiar Tales. I'm always a little stressed when I have stream scheduled for a game where I've only read like half the rulebook and just punched out the tokens and stuff. Mel painted all the minis though. But I've not played the game yet. I don't know if I'm supposed to play it before we play it. I don't know if it's one of those like everything's a surprise. I'll figure that out by reading the rulebook, but or if we're just supposed to like crack it open on stream and just start learning it and playing it then. I don't know if it's like one of those kind of campaign games. So I'm a little stressed about that. So I'm literally, Heather, very honestly focused on the games that we already have in our possession, the games that are coming, like Lord of the Rings, Journeys to Middle Earth. They're supposedly getting us that next expansion and the campaign. I want to dive into that when it hits. I'm excited to get back to that game. For example, there's other games I'm not even going to talk about because sometimes publishers say they're sending them and they sometimes don't show up, or they show up way later than they say, or they show up when I'm too busy doing other stuff and I can't get to them because they didn't send them when they say they would. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I missed. There was one I just got, actually. A game that falls into that category was Chronicles of Druganor. People are recommending that one, if that's how you say it. And I saw they had another crowdfunding campaign. But like I always say, I don't really care if I miss out on something, because if it's that good, there'll be another chance to get it later, right? So that was one of the ones where you guys were saying it was pretty cool. I should check it out. I went and looked into the campaign on the second campaign and just got the first box. And that just showed up like last week. But I haven't even taken the shrink off of it, you know? But that was one that I kind of like, I remember seeing it the first time around and was like, okay, I'll wait because I'm not sure if you guys will even deliver your game. If it's going to be crappy, I don't know. I'll wait to have some other people play it first and see if it's worth it later. Because like, you don't need to rush on some of these things. If a game is really that great, you'll find it later. Like, it's not, you know, let some other people bang their heads and be first on it, you know? And I know I'm supposed to do that. You guys think that's my job, but sorry, guys. I think the other channels are what you're looking for that. I pick and choose. I'm more picky and choosy. And I'm just like you. Same thing. Like, I pay for a lot of these games. I back them. I with your support, I back them. It's not, I like don't get sent a lot of games. Lately, I've gotten sent a bunch of stuff, but I don't just get to click a button and say, I want this, I want that. Like, I'll do my research sometimes, and I want to try games, but not every game I get, I try without knowing and blindly play just so you guys can see if you like it or not, right? Like, I'm also doing research. I don't want to waste money on crappy experiences as little as possible. So, you know. Heather says, that's a game I was hoping you'd get an okay on the channel. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's see. Chris says, I played Chronicles tutorial the other day. It was pretty fun. What's Chronicles? Oh, Chronicles of Drunagor. Oh my god. Is that the name of the full name of it though? It's like a different name. Anyways, sorry. I get what you're saying. Oh my god. Can you tell? I need to take a break. We're streaming in a few hours. Yeah, Scarlet Keys when it eventually comes out. Miley, I think there's a Canadian date on that actually. I'll tell you right now, the earliest we'll ever touch Scarlet Keys. So here's the thing. Here, I'll show you guys this. Here you go. Where is it? This button. So this is an importer and distributor in Canada. Okay. These guys used to have local game stores or a local game store. Okay, this company. I've been to that local game store before we're out of business. I've met the owner of this company. I've met employees of this company. There's some cool people that work there. Rich, you're awesome if you still work there. But yeah, this company is a distributor in Canada for board games and puzzles and all this kind of stuff, right? And they supply a lot of our local game stores. Okay, I know some of you don't care, but what I'm going to give you guys is some homework. Anytime you're wondering if there's even a game available for me to even touch through retail, look at this website, because this distributor eventually, when Asmodee started distributing stuff in Canada, Asmodee purchased a distributor and then took all their products, including Fantasy Flight Games, Catan, all this stuff, and they started distributing them and cut Line Rampant out. So Line Rampant, I thought was going to go out of business because they didn't have any Asmodee products, you know. But that wasn't the case. That's not how the industry works. But then Asmodee eventually purchased Line Rampant after a couple years of Asmodee Canada sucking and us not getting stuff on time in that. It still happens, but they purchased Line Rampant, and now they're the exclusive distributor of like Fantasy Flight Game stuff, most board games and all that. So if you're curious if Rob can go to his local game store or if a game is even out in his country, especially if you're watching from the US or somewhere else, you know, UK, whatever, click on pre-orders on Line Rampant's website. This is what I do. So when you guys are like, are you going to play X-Men Marvel Champions yet? I go, man, I don't even know if it's out yet. Let me go here. And this is like not the best website, but what you can do is just type in keywords. So I'm going to type in Scarlet Keys. Also, if you want to know if it's out in French, this is also a good place. And then I go here and I see, oh, look at this. Let me zoom in for you. Okay, I see here's the SKU. Okay, cool. And this is what I'll tell my local game store. Pre-order this for me. I'll send them that number. Not the French one, though. Don't make that mistake. But I'll look here and I'll go, okay, here's the campaign box. So currently, the estimated date through the official distributor in Canada that is owned by Asmodee. Okay, so I know a lot of you look on that Asmodee shop website. That is US only. And the dates are not always the same. Sometimes they're way earlier. Sometimes they're different. Sometimes these dates, things get delayed. Sometimes they still come out early. I don't know how hard you can believe the dates, but usually they're pretty accurate. But this is what I use now. This is my current information. So I know when you guys are on the other website, what's the one like Shop Asmodee? I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's like this one. And you can click on release calendar under new releases. This stuff here, this is all just US, okay? Right here it says all dates listed are for US. They're never accurate. So if you're in the US and you order your stuff through Asmodee and you got it early, like not everyone else in the world has it, okay? For example, the Phoenix Hero Pack is out and it's in stock in the US, okay? So the earliest I'll play Scarlet Keys, November 18th, right? The earliest. And that's it coming out. If I order it from a retailer and shipping it on an order, I'm not going to have it for like 2 or 3 days after that, right? Unless I order it from somebody I'll drive to, you know, that day or whatever. But that's like, I'm probably not going to do that. I can wait a few days. I don't care. But if I go back to pre-orders and I search for Scarlet, no, what was I searching for? Phoenix, right? Phoenix Hero Pack. Okay. Oh, what's this? What's this trash? I don't get Phoenix until October 28th at the earliest in Canada, but for some reason everyone else has it. Damn it. Or at least the US has it. So just showing you guys, if you're ever wondering, you don't have to wait till I'm streaming. You don't have to leave a comment on an unrelated video asking about it. You don't have to send me Facebook messages, emails, Twitter posts, all this stuff. You could just go to lionrampantimports.com, click on pre-orders, and go to search. And if you're curious about any of your favorite Canadian content creators or people you know in Canada, or you're in Canada, and you want to know if a product's coming out, you know, you search through here first before you start yelling at me that, why aren't you playing it yet? I might not even have it, and it might be delayed a month. Like, it's not the most easiest way to search for things, but it's here, okay? So this is the company that most Canadian retailers order their board games through, just so you know, and it's the official only way to order Asmodee products in Canada. So if you're curious about something that comes from a company owned by Asmodee, for sure, this is where you'll find it. So a new Catan expansion or something from whatever other company they own now. I don't even know. They own so many. A Simon product, that goes through Asmodee retail. You know, you want to know about, I don't know, name a game. I don't know. They're all in here. But yeah, you can check them out. There you go. There you go. So just thought I'd share that. Yeah, little tip for you guys. Little tip for you guys. Okay, let's do. What was the other one? There was something else too. What? Remember that Arkham Yogi? Do you remember that Arkham Horror product? Remember that one that was like spoiled in the summer or something? It was like spoiled through this retailer. Arkham. I don't know. Maybe I can sort by like new? This thing. Whatever happened to this thing? Arkham Horror Files, The Road to Innsmouth, an interactive online adventure pre-order. Coming out this year, supposedly, from Fantasy Flight Games. I've heard nothing. Has anyone heard anything about this? But now that I'm here, I must... Can I find it in here? Nope. Oh, maybe let's type this. Anyone found any more info on this? Yogi, because it's Arkham. You care about it. It's your favorite thing because it's Arkham Horror. I know you already talked trash about it before. Oh, right here. It's coming out Q4. It's an official thing. Even has a code. The Road to Innsmouth is an immersive, multimedia puzzle-solving experience combining collectible artifacts with digital gameplay to tell the story of Stella Clark's mysterious journey into the heart of Innsmouth. And the funny part is, this was not talked about at Gen Con, right? I thought FFG would talk about it by then. But this has been known since like the spring, right? Or something. But I just thought of it because I was like curious if we'd get more information on it through here. Join our hero Stella on her journey to the ill-omened town. Can you help her arrive safely? The Road to Innsmouth features a story based on Arkham Horror card game. See, Yogi, that's why you're going to spend money on it. That's why you're spending money on it. I didn't pre-order it. No, maybe I did. I might have. I don't remember. Maybe Fantasy Flight Games will reach out and say, do you want a copy? We need to get awareness out there because nobody knows about this game. And the Innsmouth setting. Classic computer puzzle adventure with new multimedia twist. So it's going to be like one of those app-driven kind of things, right? It'll be fun. It sounds like one of those detective games, right? Get to play as fan-favorite Arkham Horror characters, Stella Clark. Yogi. You know it. You got to get it. Explore the streets of Innsmouth. Step inside the Gilman House Hotel. Oh, Gilman House Hotel. That was in... Was that in the Arkham Horror... that was in the Arkham Horror video game I played, right? That I streamed on the channel? I feel like that's the same. But maybe not. Because we were in Innsmouth in that game, right? Pretty sure. Or was that the other game? The Cthulhu one. I forget now. It's all blending together. High quality interactive collectibles. Original art by Lee Moyer. Access to online escape room. Oh, there you go. It's an online escape room kind of thing. Connect to view price. Nope, not allowed. Connect, you have to be like a retailer, I think. Number of players, 1 to 4. Playing time, 90 to 120 minutes. But yeah, Q4 still. 2022 is the latest information from the official Canadian Asmodee distribution company. There you go. Oh, Mother's Embrace. Yeah, that was the game. That was the game. I wonder how well that one sold. And are they going to do more? I wonder. Oh, the Sinking City was the other one. Yeah. Those are both cool. Those are both cool. If you want to get more into the lore of Arkham Horror and you just want to chill and play a video game, those are both pretty good. One was a better production than the other, but I did like the Arkham Horror one because it had like all the characters and stuff from the board games and card games. But it wasn't the better game. I think the Sinking City one was the better one. But yeah, it was fun. Anyways. All right. I think we'll get out of here, but I appreciate hanging out. I like hanging out in the cafe. I miss it. It's been a while. I got to do it more often, I know. But again, like I tell you guys, I look at the crowdfunding. Man, every week I look at the crowdfunding and just like, I'm just not interested, especially right now. I go through phases. I went through year phases where I would just avoid crowdfunding altogether. I didn't even care. because I knew if a game was that great, somebody would bring it to my attention, or I'd find out about it later and get the second edition that had less issues, rebalanced, better components. How many games we see that come out with a crappy first edition? You're the beta tester. Like even Dice Throne we were playing the other day. I looked and found a video of the original Dice Throne. Man, the re-rolled is way better. Like, you know what I mean? Good things come to those with the second edition. Like, yeah, if you're an early adopter, man, you just don't get the best version of anything. So thank you for your work, though, and helping make better products for those of us who buy the second editions and stuff. Oh, more Death May Die is coming? Cthulhu Death May Die, is more of that? Is that a thing? Oh, man. Not that I need more of it. I didn't even buy, like, the second stuff. Season 3 announced. Hold on. Are you telling me Cool Mini or Not announced another crowdfunding campaign immediately after another one? No. I don't believe you guys. This can't be real. Those guys only do like one crowdfunding campaign every couple of years. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Don't they have like 17 undelivered ones? Why would they announce a new one? That's weird. I don't believe you guys. Here's the thing though, guys. Season 3 is just going to be a repackaged exact same thing as the last stuff. I'm pretty sure. I can tell you right now with knowing nothing about it. Are they going to improve it or try to improve it like they did to Massive Darkness? No, because the first one everyone loved. So you're going to get more of the same. But yeah, Massive Darkness was not bad for season 2 or whatever it was called, Massive Darkness 2. But Cthulhu Death May Die, I did have fun with it. It was neat. Better than Zombicide. But we never played the season 2 stuff. Like I was thinking about it, but I don't know. It's just more for Mel to paint, and yeah, it was just like if we ever want to play it, we can just play the first one. Because we'll only play it once every now and then, and I'm not going to remember the stuff, and it's pretty replayable. Yeah, like how many times do you need to play it? Like how many alternate bosses and stages and all that stuff do you really need to mix things up and really be replayable when it's still, like, how much does it make the gameplay feel different, right? Like just adding more content, but it's still the same experience in the same game. Eventually it still gets boring, right? So I feel like I have enough in just the base box and the couple expansions we bought for it at retail. So my excitement for a season 3 Cthulhu Death May Die is like in the negative right now. I just don't care. Again, based on other stuff we're playing and we're enjoying and stuff I still want to play and enjoy and other things we have on the way. Yeah. And Simon's known for just literally cookie cutter, redo the same thing over and over again. Again, Massive Darkness 2, they improved it, so but that's more of a rarity than the common thing. So seeing that there is an announcement for it, I found on BGG here in the forums, and a trailer. I mean, I could put the trailer on, but like I just don't care. Yeah, Guillotine Games. It's another Zombicide clone. It's too bad. Oh well. Anyways. And the problem is probably Eric Lang's not.
Today I'm going to try to build a city in the middle.
Okay. Thanks. The problem is Eric Lang won't even be involved in it, so hopefully his magic's still there, but maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he is. Coming soon. 4,000 already was saying notify me. Oh, you guys. Oh, I know what it is. You guys just need another giant baby-sized miniature. You're hoping you can get in on a giant Cthulhu baby for your shelf, probably. That's what's happening. You guys don't want more of that game. You just want the big giant Cthulhu mini. I know what's up. I'm on to you guys. I'm on to you guys. I know what's up. Mel says people seem really excited about this one online. I mean, the first game was not bad. It was not bad. And we didn't even have the expansion, the second season stuff or whatever. And it still was pretty good. It was like enough stuff, I feel. But I'm not expecting this season 3 or whatever, knowing nothing about it. I'm not expecting it to be drastically different. I'm expecting just more monsters, more characters, all the same stuff, like, and probably making setup even worse. Because that's bad about that game. Once you start adding so many more modules and choices, it's just the problem with the CMON Zombicides too is you just get so much expansion stuff, stretch goal stuff, add-on stuff that like just to set it up and choose your character is like a 3-hour event. And then you're just playing a beer and pretzel dice chucker. And it's like the setup and the effort of storage and all that and cleanup. It just doesn't equate to the depth of the gameplay, in my opinion. But we'll see. It was still fun. It was cool. I'll take this over a Zombicide any day, but I don't know if I need more. We'll wait to see what they offer, though, in the Kickstarter. But yeah. Not a single person asked us to play that after we stopped playing it. And I don't know. Let me check. I'll show you. I'll show you. This is also what will go into my decision. Without even knowing anything about it. Let's go to this guy's YouTube channel. Here, one sec. So let's go to this guy's YouTube channel. Oh, he's live right now. Well, I don't have time to watch that. Come on, man. There's too much stuff. Okay, yeah, got it. All right. So let's do this. I think this is how you search the channel, right? Death. Yeah, Death May Die. Okay. Oh, look at this guy. Okay, 4,000 people watched our first episode. Okay, that's pretty good. And that was a while ago. Okay, we don't care about this insert thing. That's not, we don't judge based on an accessory. Okay, episode 3. Oh, here's the playlist. Here's the playlist. Let's see. Okay, so we played every single episode that's in the core box and mixed it in with like an expansion boss or 2 or something like that, right? So out of curiosity, how many people watched the third one of the playlist? 1,119 compared to 4,000 and something on the first one. Okay, so interest dropped off quite a bit. Okay, whoops. Oh no. Can we get there fast? Let's go back fast. I'm just seeing how well it did. Like, did it do gangbusters? I can't look back at every video, right? But I just feel like interest died really fast on that game for us on the channel. Like, I never heard anything about it after. But that's what happens with CMON games, right? Because people just like, there's a new one every month that people just care about, but no one cares about them after they arrive. Only people care about the next ones that need to be delivered or that have shown up on crowdfunding or that are being hyped up or announced. That's the problem with CMON. It just, all their games just get lost in that churn. And yeah, it's hard. And a lot of them are basically the same game over and over again. So let's check this one. Yeah, so here, see, only 746 people even watched the last one. And most of those people even probably only watched it when we were live. So yeah, I don't know. Like, this is why I don't have interest. I have spent, let's see, how many hours did I spend just with the camera turned on with this game? Yeah, a lot. I don't know how much is, like, 3 and 4 hour streams here, 2 hour streams. Anyways, you get the point. So yeah, I was just curious. Like, maybe I look back and all these are like tons of views and I'm like, wow, okay, people really loved watching it on the channel. And they did. They liked watching the first couple. But then they're like, this is kind of boring. We don't really want to watch all these. They're like, we get it. It's good. We don't care about Rob and Mel playing this game anymore. And then it's like, okay, I'll just try something different. So that influences it, right? That helps me. That's part of like a metric I use to kind of like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe the audience really loves playing and we can have some fun streams with it. We probably can, but do I want to buy a whole other Cthulhu Kickstarter, do Cthulhu Myth May Die Kickstarter just to play like 1 or 2 sessions of it? And Mel's got to like paint an entire box of miniatures for that? These are the things. This is why I'll ask my supporters, you know? But I don't know. That's a rough one. That's a rough one. But you know what I mean? Like, this is the kind of stuff. It's like, man, no shortage of playing that game already. Dragon's asking, will you be playing Clicks Madness on stream? At some point. I don't know when, but at some point. I planned on doing it around when it was delivering, but then also no one's going to play through it that fast. And it would be nice to play it a little later after people have actually played their own, so they're not spoiled. But I do want to do it at some point. But no guarantees, or never guarantee. I can't promise 100% on anything, but most likely, yeah. Did you already finish it, Dragon? Did you play through the whole thing? Because if you're just interested in it, I already played through like the tutorial or whatever, the first chapter spoiler light stuff, so we could check it out on this channel. If you're just interested to see if it's worth your time or not. To see how it works and what it adds. But yeah. Oh, George, I just saw that. Control-Shift-T will bring your tab back. Oh, man. Hopefully you're not joking with me. Oh, you're right. Look at that. Hopefully you'll remember that hotkey. That's not bad, actually. Usually I just go to the history and bring up like recently closed tabs. But on this browser, I just have it not save anything just for privacy and stuff, just in case, you know. I don't want people accidentally seeing things I'm logged into and passwords and in financial stuff. So I use a separate browser and have turned off all the saving stuff on when I use it on stream just to be safe. But yeah, that's why you see like I'm on YouTube sometimes, and you'll see just I'm not signed in even, but I'm signed in on a different browser open at the same time on the same computer. Yeah, that's how I do it. Just trying to be secure as best I can. Locator says, I also feel like there's already a lot of coverage on YouTube for that game, so competition for views. No, I'm not comparing it to in general. I'm comparing it to itself in a vacuum. So just the views on my channel, how the game in general compares to the previous video just on my channel. So even if other channels cover it, I'm not comparing like the first time I played it compared to other channels and whether they're getting more views. Like, I can't care like that. I stopped caring like that a long time ago. I just have to play things I enjoy, do my own thing, live in my own bubble, enjoy my own channel, do my own methods, my own madness, and be me. Do my own thing. So I can't compare like, oh, if a game's popular on other channels or they played it before me. Again, when I first got into YouTube, that's like a YouTube culture thing. I stopped caring. And the funny part is, I now have more support ever than I did when I was trying to be first and grinding and reaching out to companies and trying to get games early and trying to pre-order stuff and be the first and play the hotness and all that. But that's not fun. That's the grind. I don't want to do the grind. I didn't quit my job to do this, to do the same dumb ass grind that I was doing at my last job, you know? So I don't care what other channels are doing. I don't care what they're playing. I don't care what they're previewing. I don't care what views they're getting over me. I can't care. And I'll be honest, there is a very small amount of board game channels I still subscribe to, because one day I had an epiphany. I learned this a lot. I learned this when I was like in my early 20s, learning about business when I was working at for McDonald's Canada. And they sent me to some courses and things. And I remember learning about like the whole, basically like, don't worry about your competition, just do you. But there is different aspects to that. Like, but what happens when you're constantly trying to play catch up and trying to be someone else and copy someone else, you'll never succeed. You'll never succeed. You're just a clone, right? But when you just start focusing on what you do best and doing what you have a passion for, it will speak for itself. So I one day a couple years ago, and I talked about this on a coffee chat before, a Q&A before, I literally went through my subscription feed for my Rob's Gaming Table account, and I was subscribed for like, I don't know, I've had that account for years, like, I don't know, 8 years or so. And I subscribed to a lot of board game channels just because I felt like I had to keep up to date with the new games, or, you know, check what other people were doing, care how they did their playthroughs, cared what games they covered, because I was interested in that kind of media. And then I decided just to create my own media that filled the gap. I was trying to play the games they weren't playing, trying to fill in my own niche. But then I spent too much time caring about what they were doing and not focus on myself and try to make myself better. So I literally went through and unsubscribed from like so many channels, like almost all of them. I wanted to see no board gaming content in my feeds. And this is why today you guys will come to me with a game and say, Rob, did you see this on crowdfunding? Like Cthulhu Death May Die? No, because I try to stay away from all that stuff. Yeah, on Twitter sometimes, or on Reddit, I'll see people discussing stuff in the, you know, the subreddits, or I'll see a post on Twitter from a publisher I follow or something. But again, like it's a business, and it's like, you know, I work for, you know, I worked on one time for, you know, one quick service restaurant. I worked for the next one, and they're just clones. They're trying to like literally copy each other in everything they do. And it was just pathetic. It was pathetic from both sides of the coin. Working in both corporate offices, just watching them copy each other was embarrassing. But the whole thing of like, that's what it is, right? It's just like, I'm running my own coffee shop. I don't care what the guy across the street's doing. Like, you know, just do my own thing and do it good, put my head down and ignore him. Because if I spend time just trying to like, oh, he came out with a blueberry muffin, I got to do the blueberry muffin. You know, well, it's not different. I'm just doing the same blueberry muffin. So, yeah, just on that topic of like what other people are doing on YouTube. No, I'm literally just focused on what my audience wants, what my supporters are clicking on, what they care about. And it's like, I'm treating it like how a business should, like when customers vote with their wallet or what they find interesting. Every view, every thumbs up, every comment, every chat, you know, like, what are you guys passionate about who actually spend the time on my channel? That is who I want to please, including myself. Right? So that's the way I approach it. I'm not chasing, you know, I'm not trying to be the dice tower. I'm not trying to be watch it played. You know, none of that stuff. I can't. But now they're trying to be me. So it's kind of cool. Like they're doing playthroughs, they're doing live streams. It's really cool to see this turnaround, right? Like Dice Tower never did live streams before. We were doing them all the time. And now they're doing that stuff. So it's fun to see like, okay, I search up a game on YouTube and it's like, oh, wow, they live stream these type of games now. That never used to be a thing. You know, since they hired that Roy guy, like Roy is more my personality or my taste in gaming, right? So now they cover some of those cool games, which is cool. That kind of thing. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, you want in the mind of Rob, this, you get it. You get it in the Q&As and the coffee chats. I will rant and ramble, but that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. So yeah, nope. I'm literally looking at like this. I'm looking at like, how did the interest work on the first one versus the second versus the sixth? Because if I play it again, I'm basically playing the 7th episode of it. And yes, it's years later and there's different people on the channel. The channel's grown. But like, I already have videos of it, you know, I've already played it. So it's got to be something really different, I think, to interest me, is what the point of that whole story was for the Cthulhu Death May Die. Anyways. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Matthew says, you have some balls, Rob. Yeah. You only live one life, man. You're super insignificant in the small time that we are on this planet. The world will move on for hopefully billions of years, and we're just like a speck. We're just a speck. So have fun. Do what you feel passionate about, and don't take shit, man. It just, you know, be you. Don't be someone else. You got, you know, you only get one chance. I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. That's the way I'm looking at things. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I got balls. I just whatever. Whatever. I don't know. If you don't speak up, things aren't going to change. Yeah. Rob needs to update the background picture in his background. Coffee prices have doubled since. Tolbold. Who are you to complain about prices here? You haven't paid your tab in a year. So I don't want to hear you complain about any prices until you settle up, Mr. Cheapskate. I saw your post on Twitter about the coffee prices too. You take that down. Take it down. George says, may I ask, before you close, if you're going to give any final thoughts on Kings of Ruin crowdfunding? I kind of did. I kind of gave all my thoughts. I'm going to back the base game. I'm going to play it because my members voted they would love to watch me play it. 88% voted that they'd be interested in watching us play it on the channel, spend time on it, which will probably involve painting, which I didn't mention in the poll, but I probably should have. So my final thoughts are, it looks just like the same game again with the menhirs fixed. The same combat system over again. Don't expect to be blown away. The same upgraded diplomacy system, which is pretty much the same as kind of the combat system I remember, but it's supposedly tweaked. It's going to be the same thing, fumbling through a giant book, going through story entries, choose your own adventure, marking off story flags. It's the same game. They even admitted they're taking the same cards and just moving them forward and tweaking them and smoothing them out. But it's 100% going to be the same game. Pick a character, wander through the story. You got roaming boss monsters on the board. You're expanding the map. It's literally the same game with a new story and less grind with the menhirs. My final thoughts are that's enough for me to back it based on two things. I love Tainted Grail. I had fun with the story part of it. And I will give it a chance. And I will play it. Will I play the whole game through? That's not a guarantee. If that combat, literally I sit there for 1 hour every single time trying to play the game of connecting cards for 56 cards across the table, at some point it got to that. I don't know. I don't know. If I run into a spot in the storybook that's so mistyped and misprinted and there's no story entry to continue where I am because they didn't fully proofread and playtest their whole storybook, I will rage quit that campaign so fast. So my final thoughts are, it's cool, more Tainted Grail. Do I really need it? No. I didn't play the last two campaigns. Do I want to go back and play them? Absolutely not. I was interested a little bit, but if they don't change anything, then I'm fine. I like the way the new one's going focused a little bit more. And I don't like the way they said they just pushed the needle towards discovery and exploration. That is good. But I have a feeling it's literally going to feel like the same game. It's not going to blow my mind. I don't see it being that much drastically different. But again, a lot of people loved it. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But they're just trying to tweak. They're just trying to tweak the things that are different, it looks like. So a lot of people are thinking they've made it the most amazing game ever because they fixed these couple things. But ultimately, from a high-level view, it's going to be the same game over again with a different story, different characters, but it's going to feel the same. Hopefully, it's a little less grindy. That's all you can ask. But, if you didn't like the first one, based on just what I read, I'm doubting you'll love this one. So that's what I would guess. But I'm looking at it glass half empty, being a little pessimist about it, because I'm not seeing anything that's blowing my mind on changes. They're very, very careful with their wording. They're very careful with their wording that they're not promising you an amazing, new, super improved experience. They're just saying, we're giving you kind of the same game, but we tweaked a couple things you guys were bitching about on the internet. What can you expect? So that's what I expect. And I'm setting the bar down. And I hope I just get into that game and I start having a blast and having so much fun playing with you guys. We'll be doing it live. You guys will be voting. Where do we go? What do we choose? Hopefully we don't die too early in the campaign. Hopefully we can survive and not have to eat each other. Any of those kind of things. Hopefully you find some awesome weapons, kill some monsters, upgrade some characters, become superheroes, whatever. Hopefully it's like that, but I hope the story is dark. I hope I always want to know what's next. I hope I want to play to see where it goes. But I'm expecting just kind of a similar experience. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So that's my final thoughts. I don't know. There you go. That's where I'm at. But again, 2 years from now, we crack open that game. Man, I hope it blows my socks off, but I doubt it will. I bet it'll just be good, which it doesn't have to be anything new. It's just more of Tainted Grail is still good for me. Hopefully that makes sense. But again, the only I'm not here to tell you whether to back it. I'm just here to review the page, chat about it, see what my audience thinks of it, see if you guys want to point out anything. Because sometimes I learn some nuggets when I review these Gamefound pages without just me doing it by myself, quietly in the dark in the morning on my laptop with no one around. Sometimes things don't jump out at me. I don't catch things. Sometimes you guys are in forums or on video calls with the designers talking about details of the game. You guys are going through those Kickstarter updates detail by detail. And sometimes you guys join these chats and you point out things I didn't know. So it's like a two-way street. We're here discussing. We're in the cafe. This is not one of those cookie cutter streams where I'm on here telling you if you should back this or not. I don't do that. No one should really do that. Because it's like nobody knows what your situation is. Nobody knows what mechanics you love. Nobody knows your experience if you played the game before. Nobody knows if you already have a house full of unplayed board games. Nobody knows if your 3 credit cards maxed out in debt and you have collectors calling you and you should not be looking at buying more Kickstarter board games. Nobody knows where you live. Is shipping disgusting? Should you wait for retail? Do you have gamers that will play this game with you? Do you play solo? Like, I don't know you guys all individually and all those. There's a spreadsheet of data that you could fill out based on whether this game is for you, and nobody on the internet knows that answer for you. All they should be doing is providing you information and maybe their impressions of the game, but you need to take all that data, plus some of those things I mentioned, your financial situation, your taste in games, your existing collection, your player group, your attention span, the complexity level of games, your ability to read through bad English rule books, poorly play-tested games, your love for, diving into giant rule books or needing, tutorial systems to ease you into games. These are kind of the information you need to look into to fill out your decision and use all this information. You need to solve that puzzle and figure out if the game is for you. So I'll just rant and talk about things that I see about a game, but hell, man, I say things like Madara, the theme didn't catch me. But again, like I said, you might freaking need an anime dungeon crawler in your life, for example. You may have never played Cthulhu Death May Die. Maybe this is the best time to get into it. Maybe it's the best game for you. Maybe you've played tons of Cthulhu Death May Die and you don't need it because you already don't even play the copy you own. These are all things you need to think about, and it's personal to you. Nobody should ever say, this game, if you love the last one, you need to buy this. You must buy it. This is a must buy. Get it. Buy it. You have to have it. They don't know. Nobody knows that about you except for you. And maybe your wife upstairs. She might know a little bit more too. But anyways, there you go. That's where I'm at. That's what my beliefs are. Again, they can change, but that's what I think. So yeah, don't come here saying, Rob, should I buy this or not? Because there's the funny hashtag, Rob and Mel made me buy it or Rob made me buy it. But what I hope is that I presented it to you. I showed the information. That's why I used to not even like saying my thoughts on games. I used to just be super strict with Mel and all of us playing and said, guys, play the game. Maybe at the end of the video, we'll give like a one-liner or how our experience was with that game. But like I tried to avoid giving my own opinions on things and just, if you saw it on the channel, it was probably something I really liked. But then eventually people just keep asking and it's like, all right, I'll give you my 2 cents because maybe it'll help you understand like what I'm seeing in the game that maybe you're not getting through watching the video. But you should just be watching for information, seeing if the turn structure, the components, how it works with the player group, that kind of stuff, and just understanding information that I'm presenting to you, whether the game may be for you or not. So, but that's all. But I'm only one person, so you should go read up on it yourself. Go watch another person talking about the game or playing the game or whatever, go read the mechanics list. Go find the rulebook PDF. Browse through that, Go see what the developer's saying their goals are for the game. That kind of stuff. But it's all on you. Not on me. It's on you. There you go. There you go. But yeah. All right. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. We are streaming again in about 3 hours. So we'll see you guys online for some Jurassic World, The Legacy of Isla Nublar, where we'll be continuing that spoiler-filled campaign of that cool Legacy game. We're back on tomorrow playing some Hoplomachus Victorum, the solo campaign of that. So join us for Act 3 tomorrow. Again, check the playlist section if you're looking for, you know, any of these kind of games I've been talking about, anything that's like these games, complexity of these games we mentioned today, other games that are similar. We may have played them already on the channel. And you can go back and check us play them. Lots of cool games played over the years. I've been here doing this for a long time. So check the playlist section, and there's lots to watch, but we're streaming a lot lately. At some point, I'll need to take another little few days off to catch my breath and get my voice back. But Hoplomachus tomorrow, Familiar Tales on the weekend, more Hoplomachus next week. Dice Throne Adventures will be starting that next week. So yeah, lots of stuff coming up on the channel, plus more and sitting upstairs that we got to get through. So yeah, lots more content to come. Thank you all for supporting the channel. Thanks for hanging out. Click that like button, helps other people find the videos. And I appreciate you guys hanging out here. I appreciate your 2 cents. I appreciate the information, two-way street. I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate, you know, you guys pointing things out. I love hanging out, doing this thing. I could do this for hours. I regret scheduling a stream tonight now. I could sit here easily for another like 2 hours just discussing general tabletop stuff and the channel and crowdfunding campaign stuff. But yeah, it's not my passion right now. My passion is to play the games I have and get through some of these games that I've been excited to get in my collection or play for you guys, or that you've asked for in the past. So I'm trying to play through that stuff right now. So that's where we're at. But thank you all for the support. Thanks everyone who donates to the channel. Much appreciated. And a special thank you, Necrocomicon, and everyone else who's interested in this damn game, Tainted Grail, Kings of Ruin. Make sure you thank Necrocomicon for purchasing it for the channel. So there you go. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. I got to get out of here, though, guys. Thank you so much. Keith says, hashtag Robin Mel made me buy coffee. Oh, yeah. Oh, Ronnie missed it. Was watching a hockey game. The hockey game is probably more entertaining. But anyways, I will see you guys later. We'll be streaming again in 3 hours. See you then. Bye-bye.